Hello, hello, everybody. It's Saturday night. So you know what that time is? Modern Comic Mayhem time. Marco, cue the music. Hello, good evening, everybody. Yep, it's Saturday night. That means it's Modern Comic Mayhem time. We got a pretty fun show for you, I think, tonight. We got our top 5 Joker covers. We've got some cool talk with Greg Schoen about his Rascals book. We've got, we're doing, the awesome dudes from Hive are going to talk about some really awesome covers like the one that's my background. So let me introduce everybody. We've got the most hated man in Star Wars, Mr. Marco. We've got the rascal himself, Mr. Greg Schoen. We've got the third best beard in the industry, the guy who still doesn't know anything about Star Wars, Mr. Solo Wookie. And the awesome dude, Travis from Comic Exposure.
Hey.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, next time we have a Star Wars quiz, we're gonna have. I get one. I'm giving it to Solo Wookie so that he can kind of get out of that hole right now. We got to get him out of that hole.
Yeah, he's got to prove himself.
We got to get him out of that hole. You can't be doing that.
Just fine on that.
Yeah. Hey, I hear Solo. We were over at the Star Wars show telling that Solo might have a package to open today. So hopefully that happens.
I do. You know. I do.
It's not your package. It's a package from the mail, right?
Package from the mail, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, good.
You never know.
5 minutes, Kyle. 5 minutes, Kyle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Darn it. How's everybody tonight? How you doing today, Greg?
Good. I'm doing really good.
You got any cool announcements for us? Anything cool with
We've got lots happening. Yeah, we have Rascals book 2 is going, probably they're all going to be shipped out this weekend. So people probably next week or the week after will be receiving theirs. We got the new binding. It's coming with 5 stickers, including the big bumper sticker, which I like so much.
Oh, that's good on a Volkswagen.
Yeah. And this one's really cool too, because we went with a different, like I said, we went with a different binding. So it gave the book a different look, and we always go the high quality paper because we always want to be able to show, purchase as well as possible. It's beautiful. And yeah, we got a bunch printed out. We've decided we've aced the printing now. This is what we're going to be doing from now on. Everybody who even touched this,
Jesus Christ, you manhandle that book.
he's got like a box of those bad boys. Yeah,
it's tough. We went with the thicker paper and the thicker cover.
It'll buff out.
Yeah, and like everything with the Rascals, we always commit to quality, and so yeah, we should be getting that out.
Slab it down again.
Hey,
this week.
Greg, what's the turnaround time for those prototypes on those books? Like, if you want to check the print on that, like, how long is it before you get those and because that must be a chore and a half. Like, I think we want to go with this. We got to wait like a month to get the prototype book. And if it's not,
that's all bullshit. So yeah. I was always like, we're always trying to get this information. And then you would see people with Kickstarters or Indiegogos and they couldn't fulfill because like something happened at the printers or something. Like, we've already had a delay. But our delay was like our printer in Ontario, or is it Quebec?
Ink?
Yeah. So no, they didn't run out of ink, but they got a COVID infection.
Oh,
so,
no.
So they ended up printing it in the States instead, and then it got hung up on the border, coming back over. So we updated everybody. We felt bad. We were like a week or 2 behind in our fulfillment. We felt bad, but the whole specking. The whole getting the the demo or the pamphlet, it's very, very easy. It's very, very quick. So you just all these printing places now, it's not hard to print. It's not costly. Everybody can make their own books. But kind of what I'm really happy about is, it takes a long time. Like, are you going to get staples? Or are you going to get those little dents? Or are you
Yeah,
going to
you want glossy? You want pearl? You want matte? What's going on?
And it just keeps on going. And so then you're thinking like, oh my gosh, what's the price point on the book? How many pages? Lucky for us, a Rascals book is usually, over 30 something pages, right? So we can do really cool things, but and then you look at other comics like in the regular market and you see the staples and the bad paper and the ink coming off, and you just think like, wow, imagine trying to do the math on those.
Can the printers can they bag your comics like so you can like put like bubble gum or those stickers in them, kind of like the old school like
I'm sure
bag?
Here's the thing, there's a whole sub industry just on fulfillment now. So there are companies out there. The Critical Blast guys are doing it for international from the States. All these fulfillment places are coming up to help these creators. And I'm sure if you wanted to put a stick of bubble gum in, or have them package both BOGOs, or if you had a plushie or a T-shirt or something, I'm confident there's that service out there if you wanted to find it.
So what would you stick in a comic book bag with your comic book? What would you put in there that's never been put in with the comic
Hold
book?
on. Before you get into I gotta bring something up.
Yeah.
Ultra Rabbi, he brought up something. We don't recycle the same guests because we don't have ideas. We like our friends on the show. That's what we like to do. We like to have our friends on, and we like to help our friends. And this is what it's all about. Helping your friends a little bit.
I actually want to hear the polybag answer, though. We try to always dissect what's going on in Solo's head, and finding out what he thinks should be put in a polybag probably is the most brilliant question I've heard on the show.
I would put in a lone beard hair.
Ew.
Would they think it was
Dude, what is wrong with you, bro? Jesus Christ. Kyle.
It's better than, I guess it's better than like skin flakes from your forehead. That would be.
I mean, you could.
Yeah. All right. Jesus. Time out. Bring it back in. Good job. Yeah, someone would put in a beard whisker. Ed, look, this is how well Ed knows us. Seriously. I mean, he helps out with the algorithm. Next thing you know, he called what Solo was going to say before he said it. Like, I mean, geez. For
lone beard hair.
Right.
I mean, the possibilities are endless with one. They put them on baseball cards. They put gloves in there. They put pieces of hockey puck in there. They put all kinds of stuff in those cards and in the hockey cards and basketball cards and stuff. If they're going to make a card or a polybag, why not have a Solo Wookiee beard hair?
Here's the problem with that.
Yeah,
Here's the
Travis, please tell what the problem with that is.
The problem is you're putting your DNA out there in the world, brother. Right? We don't want a bunch of 20 years from now, a bunch of solo Wookiees walking around.
Yes,
agreed.
That's
it.
Are you sure you don't?
20. We don't next year. Next year we don't want 20 solo Wookiees.
You want a bunch of solo Wookiees out there?
No, you don't.
There's a reason why it's
not a fighter.
Hey guys, give us a thumbs up if you're against solo Wookiees wandering around besides the one we already have. Please give us that.
One is enough.
One is more than enough.
It's way too much.
On a deserted
But hey, this is
there's 1,000
Solo
Wookiees.
Yeah, right. Solo, could you explain this to me? All right, it's a polybag. How are they going to even know it's your whisker in the polybag? Because
I'll sign it.
They could.
Stupid. How stupid.
No, I really want to. I want to go through the Solo Wookiee brain and say, are you just plucking out a piece of hair and dropping it in the and then sealing it, and then it's like, they think somebody who is
There's a certificate of authenticity.
That's
what
right.
happens. What happens is the person polybagging it loses a piece of their hair in the bag with your hair.
I'll have a guy.
How you can tell the difference?
CGC over this shoulder and a guy from CBCS over this shoulder. I'll give you dual signature with authenticized, signature sheets in the back, and boom, mail that off, and boom.
This book's an 8.5, but you have the hair in here, so it's actually going to be a 5.5. That actually takes
a 9.9.
Takes the grade down.
No,
of your
but
book.
they
if you don't have the beard hair in it, it goes down in value.
They don't grade the book. They don't grade the books in the polybag. They have to take it out of the polybag, right?
Yeah, but if the beard hair is not in there, they're like, nope, sorry, this is incomplete. You get a purple label, incomplete.
Has anybody ever got has anybody from that got a graded book ever got a hair in their book?
Yeah, I bet you there has been. I bet you there's been some other things in books. There's been stuff that's on books before that. I mean, like there's
crusty.
Yeah. I mean, there's all types. You know, I mean, our biggest theory. I'll give this theory out there. So, we've been trying to track something, and we're not going to say. Yeah, we are. So, at a certain grading company, we know which one we're talking about. They have a tendency to use a gigantic rubber band, and what they do is they take your books. They rubber band it and they put your order form in there. And we've been kind of checking out to keep track. What was that?
That was like an emergency call canceled. I had to, like, for some reason my emergency call went on and I had to cancel that shit.
You're gonna have an earthquake.
They're like, you should call because there's 20 solo Wookiees running around outside.
There was a certain company calling, going, shut her down. Shut her down.
You're laughing, but Greg knows it could start rumbling here pretty quickly.
Yep.
Oh, because you're in Japan. Yeah. But yeah. So they use a rubber band on all of them, even when you like if you do it on site or whatever, and that's how they keep all your tracking stuff together. So when they open up your box, they take like when you're shipping in, they wrap them together, and they'll wrap. You got 10, they'll do it twice over. You got 25, twice over. You got or 3 times the 10. You get 50. You know the rubber band can keep 50 in it. So we've been keeping track of like what our top book is, like the book on the top and the book on the bottom. And 90% of the time, the top book it comes back not 9.8 in 9.8 submissions. Now, I'm not saying that that's because they put a rubber band on top of the light thing and bend it. I'm just saying I would take a crappy book from now on and just pay the $5 and put it on top if I were you. Either way, I don't think they're grading solo Wookiees hairs in there. They definitely don't take that out of the poly bag, and we won't
beard hair is definitely a 6.
Yeah, how would they even be able to tell? This is the other thing. How would they even be able to tell? Like if it could, you know,
and if you're running out of beard hair, you got to go pubes at that point. You know, eventually you're going to run out. If it's a good, if it's a strong selling book,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's Derby Day, guys. We got the Woodford Reserve cherries. Yeah, special.
Nice.
Hey, we could get back to Greg in a second, but since we've passed the 10-minute mark and we've talked about pubes, do we want to talk about strippers?
Always.
Okay, cool. So what do you got, Kyle?
Strippers are awesome.
I thought you had something. That's not how we're going to lead into strippers. I was transitioning. That was a transition. It was not. Oh man.
I even engaged it.
Good.
Yeah.
Especially when the bag of Coke falls out of their ass as they're getting off stage.
Okay, that's going way over the line. So it was brought to attention. There was a picture that got leaked with who was it? What's his name playing Hawkeye, and then the woman who's gonna play Echo before. And I mentioned to Kyle, I was like, well, you know that one time Bettis made Echo a stripper, right? And he said, no, I didn't. So I know everybody's going after, was it Daredevil 9 right now, but I would suggest you go after this book right here too. Hold on. Moon Knight. And this is number 2 out of the Bettis series. I don't know how many people know this. It was a interesting series, but in this Moon Knight series, he like gets the head of Ultron. And then in the second book, they start off in the strip club where this lady gives this big speech and he's dressed like Spider-Man because he's going in there to break up this big thing. The woman in the back right here, this is Echo right here in the white bikini. There was a big, I kind of cut some of the parts out. I can't believe this is actually in a Marvel book, but it is. She was undercover as a stripper at the time. She's got some, she does some karate kicking there, It breaks her cover. And then afterwards, her and Moon Knight, you know, they have a little bit of a, you know, what's going on?
To bump uglies.
Yeah, that's I think what there was. And you read my cover.
And all you horny ladies and gentlemen out there, you've heard of Moon Knight, but have you heard of Poon Knight? Welcome next on stage, coming in, Echo.
So, yeah.
Is Echo not supposed to be hard of hearing?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she
is. This would be like, doing my cover, Moon Knight.
Well, either way, so it goes on a little bit like that, and that's a good book. So make sure you're going out there and getting your stripper Echo books while you're going after your Daredevil.
Yeah, I think Greg and Marco quickly like move to the next one on that.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's actually really good info because I did not read that Moon Knight series. I had no idea, dude. That is That
Yeah.
is crazy.
What
That
was
is
it? It was
crazy.
It's a series right before Ellis, right? So it goes Ellis, and then the previous one was the Bettis series. And I was saying before the show, like, man, I went back and I was like, oh, and then I started reading it. And I was like, man, this Bettis stuff, dude. Thank God he's at DC. I mean, just thank the Lord he's at DC because he's
from Marvel. That's pushing the line.
Yeah, she's got the, and they definitely were getting loose in the bed too, and. The premise didn't really make sense. Like he recovered, like Bushmaster. For all those that don't know, like Bushmaster is like the big bad, and a lot of times with
that's who came on after Echo.
Right, is like the big bad with Moon Knight. A lot of times, like in every series, he has a part in it. At one point, Moon Knight I think cuts off his face, and then he tries to reattach it. Whatever, but he's in the beginning.
Echo started off in Daredevil, right?
Start off in Daredevil, and then did Ronin.
Those Daredevil characters, they don't mind getting a little gritty and just a little bit kind of outsider. We see that with some of their storylines, their ancillary characters. They take them to dark places. I know this is the Moon Knight book, but
yeah,
as far as what you do with those characters,
Patrick's right. So Patrick has read this book. Yes, he does. Like when he gets in, he thinks he's Spider-Man in that first part. You see him. He also does have like all this hallucination that he's like all the other Avengers. I think she eventually becomes part of the Avengers, if I recall. I can't remember. It was, like I said, not the best Moon Knight series. Definitely not one of my favorite. But there was a so that's the only time I remember Echo is she got killed by the Skrulls, and she was a stripper.
Kyle, if you were a stripper, what would your gimmick be?
That's like 20-year-old spoilers, bro. The fuck are you talking about?
If I was, what would my gimmick
Yeah,
be?
what would your gimmick be? Would you bet the car guy, the mechanic, come out all greased up?
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
in overalls.
Yep.
Call you the lowrider.
The blue jumper overalls.
All right. Well, we gotta ask Solo.
What would my gimmick be?
Yeah.
No, come on. We're gonna get shut down.
Tough one, man.
I'm sorry, my bad.
It involved a dart and a balloon.
I think I'd lean. I think I'd have to do the Daisy Duke. Come out with the cutoff shorts, and tie the top up. Yeah, I'd have to go
pull up your prolapse so it doesn't hang out of your shorts.
Yeah. I would actually think he'd do the like Daisy Duke overalls is probably with just the beard. Like, unfortunately,
you're thinking.
But like the short overalls, the one that go past your knees. Good call. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
That's
see, I also run a strip club in the off season, so like these are the ideas I have for
the off season.
And now everybody.
Oh man. Okay, so that's it.
Solo Duke.
Don't tell you we didn't give you anything good to go hunt after. $1 book with a stripper Echo in it. There you go.
And a nice crotch shot. I only thought that they did those in DC.
Yeah, I mean, no, it really makes no sense for. Let's go through it again. It really does make no sense for the Marvel book. I mean, she's literally lecturing strippers at this point. I think that's like the first or second page. I guess Patrick will probably correct this because he apparently still loves this book too, as he remembers every part of it. And then as you see, he comes. Moon Knight comes in a Spider-Man and they shoot him, I believe, at one point too. In this, there she is in the corner. I just try to grab all the shots of her. She's doing the silent pose over here, I guess, not talking much. And by the way, they have a silent stripper. I don't know how that works undercover. Greg has a good point on that one, I guess. And then yes, you get this right here. Great artwork in this.
That's a nice panel. Yeah, that's a great panel.
Amazing artwork, I guess.
The one before it has some interesting. Should we whack him first? We absolutely should not.
Oh no. I actually think there's one more in here
that says, us.
Yeah,
that's what happens in the champagne room.
There's one other part in here. I think I edited out that. I mean, it was very provocative, I guess is the word.
I have an idea.
I like how she's got the slumped art. Like, what's her even pose over here? Is like, ugh, like what's going on here?
She definitely looks frumpy.
Yeah.
If I was
no faces too
a con in a city, cities have these exotic dancer establishments around the cons. What I would do instead of dollar dance night at a con, dollar comic night. So you go to the con, you buy a bunch of dollar books, make it rain at the club that night. The exotic dancers can pick up the books and maybe make some money on their investment. You know, if they keep those things and just a bunch of making it rain.
Chucking fucking shoving a
Dollar bin, make it holla.
Throwing trades. Start chucking trades at them.
Hey, have you not seen the top 10? This book was on the top 10. I got it for $1, and then like throwing it at them.
Dollar make
Comic Timmy 102 says this is the next hot book. Here you go.
Dollar book, make it holla.
I would like to add that we do give you 0.0 on artwork if you don't draw a face, if you do this laziness, and it's not just for Beta Ray Bill books or DC Comics Wonder Woman. We're giving this one a 0.02, I think.
Yeah, Dwayne, absolutely. He's dropping the second appearance of Honey Badger in them bikinis all day. He's like, one for you, one for you.
I want to see you in the champagne room.
Look at that last panel with Daredevil in the bed.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's got Radar around his hand.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
That's a joke. You got to be a little older to get that joke.
That's where he got
I got it.
All right. Well, that's our first and only comic book review of a Marvel book today. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. There you go. A little early preview of Marvel comic reviews today in this part of history.
Sorry, JJ.
Thank you, JJ. Good stuff. Yeah, that's not a good starting point. Is when we come in. Yeah. Okay. Either way,
that was great.
It was supposed to be a time filler before the Hive guys came on.
Is there a drinking game tonight? Because I hope Prolapse is on it.
Yeah, I hope.
Now it is.
I hope. Yes. I bet you drinking game is one of the drinking words. I just guarantee it's one of the drinking words.
It's not.
It isn't.
So that's what it is. No, it's fine.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So that's what I got for you guys early. Solo. Do we have this grand opening of this thing here?
Yeah. You want to do it now or at the end?
We're gonna do it now.
All right. So. All right. So
wow.
This is a friend.
Full screen.
I do know him personally. He lives close by. You can find him on Instagram. He goes by Soy Sauce. I do pay a little bit extra for books. And it doesn't bother me because he goes out to he'll go to 4 or 5 different stores and pick up, what's new, what's hot, what's not, find some old stuff, new stuff. So I don't mind paying a little extra because he's putting in the gas, he's putting in the time. And then he goes on Instagram and you can look him up there and friend him. And you can look up his wife and she lists all of his books under Comic Katana. Comic with a K, Katana with a K. And he always adds cool extra little stuff. And that's part of the reason I really don't mind. It kind of like Greg throwing in the Rascal stickers and the artwork and it means the world to me. I like it because it's just that little bit of extra. And he always does me right. He always tosses me out. So when I get
that's
package,
really cool. That's really cool, Solo. Yeah. That's cool.
So like this is the last one that I got. The second to last one. So he's always doing crazy artwork, right?
That's
super cool.
Yeah.
Then I you open it and I not only get my books, but he sends in, like here he'll get.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And look at down here's a bunch of Star Wars stickers because he knows I'm a big
a beard hair too. Look at that.
And there might be a beard hair. He likes to recycle my beard hair in case I ever send him books.
So was that a fingerprint?
So, he does that.
Box?
And then he also will send me once in a while in his stuff. You'll pick up some like original art that he does. Cool. Which is, how dope is that? Like that's
super cool.
Really, cool graffiti style. I love his stuff, man. It's really, really cool. So I highly suggest all of you check it out. Give him a like. So this is the newest one I got. This is the package I'm opening.
Oh, wow.
I'd love it, man. It's got that Sabine, Wren kind of style graffiti. I love it.
Now, does he do that for you because you're boys, or if people order from him, he just throws in his personality in various ways, probably, huh?
Yeah, he just throws his personality in there because he's done it several times for other people that I've seen. I don't know if he does it every time,
Right?
But I hate to speak and say that he does and he doesn't.
Right. I'm sure certainly if you're a loyal returning customer, you would start to notice and.
Does the graffiti get better as he gets used to you?
I think it might get a little more personable if he knows who you are. Is a little more apt to what you like and what you don't like.
It's Solo. He helped me pay my car payment last month.
Right.
I'm gonna write Solo in graffiti.
There's a Gem Mint that he did. He sent off to Gem Mint and he did some really cool graffiti style. What's his name from wow, brain fart. The big dude with the cane, the king, what's his ass?
Kingpin?
Yes, thank you. I'm trying to multitask and I don't do that.
Well, I like you know what I like there, Solo, is that you've been sitting on this package for how long?
About a little over a week.
2 days. 2
Yeah.
days. Since Thursday. He's been Thursday.
Oh, it was. I did get it Thursday. You're right. I did get it Thursday. That's pretty cool. Like a damn week.
Because normally you get a package you can tear into, right? But when that package is a piece of art, you can kind of put it in the corner and just try to deny yourself it for a while.
Live on YouTube.
I totally. This could not be.
No.
This is.
Oh, we got to get back to Greg. Come on.
This is quintessential. Because
I've had this sitting for a week.
On the Star Wars Sunday,
months I've had this.
On the Star Wars Sunday podcast that I do with Marco, we just reviewed the Gendy, right? And we've got our last one tomorrow, right? Yes. So in the Gendy review of Clone Wars, there's this part where Anakin is becoming the Jedi Knight, and they cut off his ponytail, his Padawan, ponytail thing, and Marco's like, nobody'd ever keep that because in the next scene they show Queen Amidala throwing it in the box.
No. Okay, C-3PO grabs it after it gets cut off and hand delivers it to Padme, and Padme then puts it into her love chest.
So I just opened this, and this was not planned. I had no idea. This is freaking awesome.
No, it's not. That's gross.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. That's actually kind of funny.
So what is it for everybody?
Hair in a package.
And we just got done talking. I would put beard hair in. That was double funny. That is awesome.
That's really cool.
I may frame this.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
I like how he used the tape and stuck everything on there, very display-like too.
He does a great job. I'll give him this.
Awesome job. I mean, it's all pull tab. He seals, all the way around so your books aren't sliding. He does so good, man. I love their stuff. Him and his wife are just outstanding. They're so good to the community. They're amazing.
What's up, Dwayne? Good to see you, brother. Gonzo, always good stuff. Hey, everybody, Gonzo's doing something. Check him out. He's starting to do a little bit of stuff himself on YouTube. We'll get you a link below. Support him. He supports us.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we'll give him support.
Oh man, this is dope.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Hey, you wanted the live unboxing.
While he's doing that, Marco, you're a Star Wars. Oh, good.
Look at that. More stickers. Dope. And fully wrapped, all in one bag. How cool is that? Pull tab. God, I love him. He is so damn dope.
I'll give you this. It's great packaging, and he puts a lot of work into it. And but this is why Solo Wookie complains about everybody else. He gets spoiled with all this stuff, and then he gets just a regular person send him a regular package, and he goes ape crap that it's not. Why did they give me graffiti and a bunch of stickers?
Right. Fuck those people.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Oh, look at that. He knows me, and he tossed in
Freebie.
Oh, that's cool.
Freebie.
That's a cool one.
Dude.
Well, now that we
you.
reviewed that like a month ago, you can finally read it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a nice cover.
I got two of them.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah. And there's 20 more Wookiees in the world.
Star Wars, since you're not explaining it to everybody. More Star Wars books, Age of Republic specials, since you're not letting our listeners who listen not.
Yeah. Up next, we got a Last Ronin coming up here.
And that's it. Yeah, so I got High Republic #2, the Skier on it, the Kiva face behind her, Star Wars High Republic #3, Star Wars Adventures #1, 2 of the TMNT Michelangelo, and the Spawn crossover cover variant. Super dope. Please go check out Soy Sauce and his wife, Comic Katana. Great people, great in the community. Dude, can't tell you how much I appreciate that. You guys are the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. But then we lost Greg. You put Greg to sleep just at the point we were going to bring Greg.
Marco, you got another name. Those braids have to have a name, right? Is there a specific name for that Padawan braid in Star Wars? Oh, Greg's
Padawan braid.
Yep. That's it?
That's all that it's called? It's not got a cool name to it?
I always say. It probably does. I don't know. Hair is not my forte.
All
right, Greg. So now back to Greg. A little bit more interesting stuff. We heard there's a bunch of stuff coming out with your book too. The #2, we're getting bumper stickers. Did we cover that already? Bumper stickers.
Mm-hmm.
We did. We covered all that stuff.
2 coming out. We always get the stickers. With this one, you're gonna get the band sticker. We got Tony, Alana, Rosie, and Max.
Mm-hmm.
We have the classic Rascals logo.
Nice.
We always give a lot of these ones because we want to see them on mailboxes or anywhere. And then the commitments cover, which is also the proper book 2 cover. It's a riff on the Commitments movie from the 90s about the Irish blues band. In this book, the Rascals go to Ireland to play a festival. And another montage cover could be an album right now. And my favorite, the bumper sticker, which is
nice.
It's awesome.
Clean.
So that coming out. That's going to be fulfilled. The next thing up for Rascals is we're going to do a Kickstarter for a different special cover to get a whole bunch of #1s with this new binding, like I talked about earlier. And also, it looks like I'll be having a couple other projects coming out with an artist named Alexander Soiderovsky. And one will be a science fiction ongoing series, and the other one will be kind of like a lo-fi, sci-fi historical drama that morphs into a science fiction series.
Nice.
So, lots happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lo-fi, hi-fi, historical. That's pretty intense mix of genres there.
Yeah, it is.
Threw it out very casually. It's like these 4 things meshed into one. That sounds awesome.
It starts as one, and then it kind of it basically follows a family over 4 generations, right? So by the time we're in the 4th generation, however far down the series, it's science fiction time. So, yeah.
That's cool. Oh, that's great. Wait, when are we getting the Kyle in a comic book? When is this coming out?
That's after we do the different cover, different binding Kickstarter, which will just be #1. Mm-hmm. But for different platform, we want that new binding. Then we're going to do the #3 proper, and that's the one that has kind of like a
Kyle and Matt.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
If it becomes a cartoon, I get to voice my own voice, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Did you purchase the original art on that yet, Kyle, or no?
No, I haven't been able to. I want to.
You got to get it before it goes. If they start putting it out there, everybody's going to be trying to grab the OE.
Hey, Greg, when you're developing new ideas, what do you tend to start with? Do you tend to do genre first, conflict, or character, or what's your big
you always have like this macro concept. I actually have a YouTube channel called Comic Script Writing with Greg Schoen. It's very on the nose.
Oh, good plug.
And I go over these things and try to because I want more people to make more books. And I just want to kind of help when I can. But for me, it starts like macro concept.
Yeah.
So, everybody always has these great ideas for worlds and things that could happen. And then you can run what I call rabbit holes, right? Like you chase them and chase them and chase them until you realize you don't have a story. So you have all these great ideas, but you don't have a story, a character to move through that world. Right. So usually that you just kind of collect these really cool things you want to use one day and try to use them, and it never works and it never works. And then one day you have the thought that makes everything click, and it turns out that they weren't different stories. They were actually the same story. You were just making backgrounds for the characters. Right. I'm a very subconscious writer.
You give yourself when if you're working macro, you go macro world. Do you give yourself rules then? You give yourself boundaries and before you come with the character?
I'm a huge believer in that. Like one of my favorite things when I was a kid, and still to this day I have all of them, is the DC Who's books and the Marvel Universe History of the Marvel Universe books, where they have the character bios, their history, their height, their weight, how much they can lift, how far they can jump, how powerful is Cyclops' beam. All of these things to me give me a greater sense of when I see them fight. So when I see Cyclops hit the Hulk with a pencil-sized beam, I know that's 25,000 pounds of square pressure on the Hulk. So it just makes me, I like those rules. I really like them. I like rules for the same reason.
You could see, especially you talking about your new concept, that soft science fiction, hard science fiction mix of soft and low. Building that world, if you don't give yourself rules, you can tell those books right off because they kind of wander and you don't feel like the stakes 100%. Aren't there. Anyways, what was that YouTube video that they could go to, or that YouTube place where they can go and check out your writing process?
Comic Script Writing with Greg Schoen, but just going back to that.
It's so crazy you keep saying Shane. You let us say Schoen for like 5 years.
But just going back to that, the whole thing about that big concept, right, was that I hate, because I'm a father, I hate seeing kids in danger. So before I was a father, I didn't like it, but I could watch something and appreciate it for what it is. And now it freaks me out so much. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can never handle that. That's where this story comes from, because I thought, wouldn't it be neat to evoke that feeling in somebody and then flip it and then have that as the core conceit for the entire thing? Is that, you've set this really crazy expectation that's rooted in some base primal, anybody that sees it's going to have the same kind of thing, unless they're psychopathic or sociopathic or something.
Discomfort. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you flip it, and that'll be the hook. And that'll be why people want to continue. It's like It's like the reason why, even though the family in Yellowstone or Dallas or Dynasty or all of these things about these lineages of power, the only reason that you cheer for them is because they flipped that expectation at some point for you to actually want to cheer for the bad guy. It's kind of like Tony Soprano, right?
Right, that's the micro relationships in there.
Yeah. The macro is the world that those people exist in. And it's very easy, especially if you're starting with 4 generations, because you have history. So it's like, well, I know where I can make them move. And then it's very interesting to how you can screw that all up. So where it gets to the present, now everything can be different. You've changed history to make the technology you want in the present.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check out that YouTube site you have. Thank you.
Yeah.
Super
Oh, hey, do you guys want to see what I did? I pulled out of a Pokemon deck the other day.
Yes.
All right, so as you know, I get bored sometimes, so I just start opening up Pokemon cards, and I got a couple of these the other day. These are those the tins, and I heard that they were pretty good or whatever, the Shiny Fate tins. I was like, whatever. My buddy's like, if you open up the Shiny Fate tins, like they're giving out pretty good cards there. So I was in the backstage, usually after just how this works. Usually after these shows are done, we all sit around, talk about what we're gonna do for our next show and stuff like that. And it was Sunday after the Star Wars show, and we were digging through the stuff, and I was like, all right. I opened up one pack. I was like, I'm bored. I'll open up this pack while we're going through the stuff. Not bored. It's very interesting meetings. But JJ took off, and I said, hey, yeah, Patrick's already got it. I said, hey, yeah, that's whatever. I opened the first pack.
Thanks for spoiling it, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. And this was like the main card that I got in the first pack, which was pretty good. And then JJ, it's a first kid shiny, full art. But it's not the best. And JJ said, he said, hey guys, I have to go. I'm done talking about everything. See you later. I said, yeah, as soon as you go, I'm going to pull what Patrick said at Charizard. And that was the second pack I did. Charizard, you get the full art, shiny, about $300 card. The question is though, like, and I actually kind of already did it. So, and this got into big debate after I did that because everybody's like, oh, that's so sweet. And Solo is already shaking his head at this. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I should give that to my kid. Yeah. Anyways, I said, maybe I should give it to my kid. You know, my kid kind of likes Charizard or whatever. Like he likes to play the game or at least collect them all or whatever more than he likes to likes the cards. I was like, well, I should just give it to him. And Solo, what'd you say?
I said, send it, grade it, then give it to him. Hold it.
Yeah,
but what you really should do is hold it and give it to him when he's
what
like
you should do is just
25.
keep him like 5 feet away and say, this is yours, but you can't touch it.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a little kid.
Get it,
that's what
get
I'm saying.
It graded, hide it, and then when he's like 25 or 30 or something like that, just slide it to him on like Christmas and be like, dude, I've been holding this for like 30 freaking years.
You want to know why? And this is why I've been thinking about it. So that happened. What was that, last Sunday when I pulled that Solo?
Yeah,
it was last Sunday.
It was like 3 weeks ago, right?
It was like a month
No, it was like a week ago. It was a week ago. So I was thinking about that and what you said. And he was, by the way, Solo wasn't the only one. The whole backstage was like exactly like my man Zaggy over here. Of course, he's like, hey, get it graded. Don't do that. And I understand that, but I was thinking about it and I was kind of almost leaning that way. You guys almost got me to go and do that. But instead, what does he say? Jada says, well, if you send it to CGC, he might not give it. Yeah, until he's 25. Good point. But then I was thinking about everything else that goes on, like especially in this collecting world and how crazy it is and how that some of the stuff that like even the 90s, like Lethal Protector is always the one I go back to because it was a book that was so cheap for so long. And I remember when that book started taking off because these kids turned 20 and you were like, or 25. And that was like, they saw the older kids get those books, right, in the 90s. And they were like, oh, that's a cool book. So they started, and it was produced a ton. It's nothing special, but you could start getting them graded and selling them good. The only reason, though, is those kids would go because their older brother or older cousin had them. And after they tore through them, they'd go through and read them. And that gave them that nostalgia. If you take that, if I take this card, right, and I'm not saying that he doesn't have other Charizards, but this one's a real cool one. If I took that card, he doesn't know it's worth $300. He just thinks it's cool because it shines and it goes back and forth. What is the huh for? Who put huh? It's one of you people here. Who put huh? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so if you take that card and just store it and he never gets to see it, he's never gonna like want it. It's gonna have no value for him. The card's literally gonna have no value for him. So why would I grade it? I don't think so. So I showed it to him today. I said, hey, bud, I got to show this on the show real quickly, and then I'm going to give it to you tomorrow. So he's going to get that card tomorrow. I've made up my decision. I'm done with it.
I like that. I like your decision, man. I think it's good. It's kind of, there's something cathartic about giving something that has value and having that value be exchanged for something different. The joy of your child's smile.
It's called regret. So in 30 years, he goes, I had one of those fucking cards. My dad, like an idiot, knew better, gave it to me. I destroyed it. That card's worth like $40,000, $180,000, $220,000. I could go buy an entire flipping house today if my dad had graded that fucking card and left it in the safe deposit box until I was like 40 years old.
I'll tell you right now, Solo, if that's the one thing your dad did that you're upset with him, that would be okay.
Yeah,
most people, it's like, my dad never showed me affection. My dad never told me he loved me. My dad...
I wish they'd have showed it to me and then been like, and you can have this when you're 38.
Yeah, dude, this is the problem with that though. Like he won't care, and I don't think he'll be worth that much.
I know, and you can't put a price on those memories. I 100% agree.
Oh yeah,
totally
you can
understand that. No, you can't. I mean, there's Star Wars toys I blew up and destroyed and put in mud, and they're worth thousands and thousands of dollars today. But my childhood, I won't lie, it was happy because I had those toys and I got to play with them in mud and I got to enjoy them. I got to shoot Boba Fett's in the sky with bottle rockets and parachutes and blow things up.
I won't talk to my dad because he let me open my popples.
So that was
to this day.
See?
Yeah, no, I think if you guys weren't as spoiled as children, you'd see it from a different point of view. And hey, look,
what you don't know is Solo Wookie was in the backyard of a whore house while he was doing all that.
That's Canadian. They got a little Canadian coming out of Greg there.
There was definitely some alcohol being served in the house that I was behind.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think, look, I don't actually care about the card, to be honest with you. It was cool to pull it. It's cool to pull a $300 card, but yeah, I'm not grading that thing. I'm not set. He's getting it tomorrow.
That's the best card I've ever seen someone pull.
$300, love you.
Except for this is the thing. So I said, hey, here, I gave it to him. I got him to look, he started looking at it or whatever. He's like, cool. He goes, hey, one problem, Dad. I said, what? He goes, well, you don't have this card, and because it's so how the game of Pokemon. I'm just learning this stuff, so I don't know how many. Probably everybody's gonna clown at me, but this isn't like this isn't a first person thing. Like you gotta get a different Pokemon that mutates into this one, right? So I don't have the first Pokemon that this mutates into. So he's like, well, you don't actually have that one, so I think it's good you're giving it to me because I actually have the Charizard that can turn. I have the stage or the basic. It's called. I have the basic. So, you don't have a basic, so you wouldn't be able to play that card anyways, which is great. That means he loves the game. That means he likes to play it. I mean,
it also means he's got like a little hustler. He's got a hustler mentality on him too. He's like, all right, old man, listen up.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I'm going to con my dad out of that Charizard card.
I tell them all the time. If you can come up with an acceptable reason, if you can come up with a decent debate, if you can come up with anything, I'll at least listen to it and probably go in your favor. If you just say,
I want a 10-page report on why you need this card. It needs to be.
This is how it's going to go down. He's going to give him this $400 fucking card. He's going to be like, yo, I can't fucking play this, right? Like, I don't have the other 3 cards to go with this card.
Well,
why you give me this fucking card? You're trying to piss me off and tease me? Yeah, Dad, come on.
Well, I think I don't know. Maybe it's just how I like to do it.
Quit busting my balls and make me write a report, Dad.
I understand my kids.
This card. They're going to laugh me out of the room.
I get it. My kids are spoiled, right? Like, I get that I'm about to give them a $300 card. Like, I do. They're between the ages of 4 and 7.
Or just throw a chunk of
and you make them sit there and debate their side.
The same thing.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
All right,
they don't have jobs, Kyle.
The timer starts.
They have 0 jobs. I'm giving them time out. I'm giving them a $300 card, and you're going, don't give him the card. But what you should do is not make him work for it. Well, at least I'm making him work for it. At least you have to give me a good reason why you should get that card. Like, come on, man.
You're 4. You need to convince me, a grown-ass man, why I should give that to you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, nothing's free.
Because you love me.
You're already paying rent. Love don't cost a thing. Remember that. It ain't $300 either. So
sure ain't this $300 Pokemon card.
Good look at that. Good look at that. But hey, he came with it. I mean, he said very good point. The point that I did not have the Charizard.
Does he walk in with the briefcase and a tie and a PowerPoint? Reasons why I should get the $300.
He might have brought out a binder and said, "Listen, and I actually have this card that converts, and you don't." Yeah, he might have done that. So what? That's good.
Reasons why I have to beg my dad for a Pokemon card.
Reasons why he's gonna
Why
have
are you guys turning against me now? 2 minutes ago, you guys were like, "Don't give him that card. Go to grade it."
Until you said they have to beg you.
These are all
No, begging doesn't get you.
You have to have a
you have to
solid.
pitch.
You have to
pitch.
Yeah.
Pitch. Well, I mean, solid for their age. Like, I mean, solid for their age. His he didn't know it's that's a good pitch for like somebody between the ages of 4 and 7. Like, that's a pretty solid pitch, right? No, am I wrong?
Papa,
wait, how are you guys?
I would have loved it more.
Time out.
I would have loved it more if you'd have been like, "Give me a good reason I should give you this."
So what happens
card.
if one of your kids
and he just reached down and pulled out like a 2-shooter Nerf gun and like cocked it back and because I said so, Dad. Because I said so.
Sorry, little one. Your sister had a better argument, so I'm going to give it to her and not you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's winners and losers in life, Kyle. There's winners and losers in life. How is this turning around on me when 2 minutes ago you guys were like, "Don't give that kid a $300 card"? Now it's like, you should have just thrown the card at him and said, "Have a good day." Hey, how's that working out? You can't play both sides here.
I still think you should grade it, then give it.
Travis, please help me out with this. You usually have more common sense than me.
Let me ask you a question, Marco, and this will help me zone in on what kind of dad you are. Yeah. So I see you in an office.
Now I'm going to get graded on my dad. Love this. All right, go ahead. Yeah.
If I had your child in class and I had to deal with you as a parent, I'd be like, Marco, you have like this office there. You got some toys in the back. Are you a dad who doesn't allow your kids to come into your personal office?
No, they're. I think you've seen them, some of them before.
Okay,
haven't you? Yeah, I mean, look. Yeah, my kids, they have run out of look.
Then give him the card.
He had to pitch it, but yeah, I mean, he did a good job pitching. That's why he's getting the card.
It. Yeah.
But okay, so you're a teacher. I'll explain this. If you call me and tell me that my kid's being a jerk off in the school, he has a problem. There's a problem.
Your kid's jerking off in the school. We got a problem.
We don't have a problem with that. We don't have a problem with that. If he's a jerk off, we got a problem. If he's jerking off, I mean. Hey, he's young. What do you want me to tell you? He doesn't know the difference.
He's after his old man. He's an early bloomer.
Chip off the old block.
He must have been happy that day.
No, but
he got a $300 Charizard card. Of course,
if you call me in the same point and be like, "Oh, well, your kid's messing around, and the whole class was over there, and we just gave him a bunch of candy for lunch instead of food," then I'd be like, "Yeah, no, that's on you, bro. Like you're a dumb teacher. Like,
yeah."
Look, it's common sense. Like, sometimes you just have to go down and deal on that level. Remember when you were a little kid and how that works out.
Boy.
For sure. Yeah, give him the card for sure.
Yeah, I'm giving him the card. He's got the card. Get out of here. Hey, welcome back home, by the way. Thank you very much, and welcome back home, Jedi. But yeah, no, so he's getting the card. I do have another box anyway, so I could just open that and see if I get another one, and then probably I'll just give that to my other kid.
What? No. Oh, my God. You're the only guy that would pull 2 Charizards, give one to each of your kids, not send either of them to get graded.
And because he's publicly
half. Here you go.
Because he's publicly stated that he has destroyed 2 of these cards, the value goes up even more. Like, this is even more rare.
Yeah, they're worth 300. Marco pulled 10 of them, so now they're $1,500.
I will time out. I will also say some people I've given pretty decent stuff to on this fucking show. I didn't hear them complaining when they got it, and they'd say like, "No, you should hold on to that and grade it." Except for Kyle, who had a chance and then rejected it. So listen, I'm just saying, like,
I don't want to be in your pocket like your kids and have to give a thesis as to why I should get it.
Nothing's free, brother. Nothing's free.
I don't want to be in your pocket.
I don't get it.
I don't know what a thesis is.
I don't. They don't know what thesis is. They just give like
Raymond. I hope this is what he does with it.
Holy shit!
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he might.
That'll be awesome.
That's fine. I'll take a picture and send it to you. I mean, listen, it's gonna get trashed. The thing's gonna get destroyed with the first time we play because he's young. Like he almost smashed the card there.
Do.
Yeah, I mean, like the first time I showed him, he's like, "Can I hold it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Oh, don't bend it like that. Just leave it till I can show it on the show real quickly." So, and then after that,
Pikachu.
You can do whatever you want with it. Oh, I gave him one of those rainbow fat Pikachus too, which I don't know, whatever, man. He likes Pikachu. He likes it, man. I didn't have a lot of shit when I was a kid, so like
rainbow fat Pikachu sounds like what someone would name like their ecstasy.
It shows through because
like
this
X is great.
Sorry. Yes, Travis, it is true. Kyle, yes, I do make them work. Look, my kids might be spoiled as shit, but at least they're going to have to work to be spoiled. You know what I mean? Fuck it. I don't care. I mean, they haven't come and taken them away yet, so whatever. All right. Have I burnt enough time, or are we still going to judge me on my parenting?
So how much time you need to burn? We can keep going.
It's just
look. See, there's people in the chat even say, "Hey, good. I'm glad you like your Ahsoka, Gonzo. I appreciate it. It's not just my kids. I don't make people work for stuff. Sometimes you just get gifts, but it's not Christmas every day of the year, dude."
What Ahsoka did you give?
There's so Gonzo's doing this thing now. He does a lot of
Hey, the camera's this way, Mark.
Yeah, he does a lot of pictures. I'm trying to find out. I have another one of Ahsoka, so I was going to show. He asked which Ahsoka it was.
Like a figure?
Yeah. Hold on.
While he's gone, guys, I think we need to call CPS on these kids.
I think we do too.
He's back. Oh man.
Holy shit! Oh, all right, stop talking about him.
My dad too. It's just there's the Ahsoka. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, that looks amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those Walmart exclusive crappy ones that nobody could. That they.
Find them, man. Try to find them, dude. We've been looking for Ahsoka Thanos for years and years.
You want an Ahsoka Tano?
Yeah.
Give me his address. I'll give him one.
Give him a good reason. Give him a thesis.
He was looking for years and years. That's a good reason. He's got a kid. He's going to his kid. Here, I'll give you this. Here, hold on. I just picked this one.
If you ever go to Japan.
All right, hurry. He's not listening. Call CPS.
And Travis, you should know.
Get him away so he does not have to debate his kid.
Greg, you want this one?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Your pocket,
cool.
bro.
Oh, wait. You live in Canada. Got chat. Tell them the rules. I don't ship to fucking Canada anymore.
That's a good way to fucking weasel out of what you just
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out.
You're not next door. I can't throw it to you, Greg.
No, where are you in Canada? Where are you in Canada?
Alberta.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I do have a cousin out there.
That's the
only problem is this is what, okay, I'll send, Greg, I will send it to you, but I don't want to hear about how long it takes or like how it's stuck in customs.
Yeah, don't worry.
Jesus, that shit is like the last person was giving me crap 2 months afterwards and still hadn't gotten through it. So
yeah, no, I'll kick back a whole bunch of cool shit to you too.
No worries. It's look, I appreciate that. You can more than happy to give me stuff, but like yeah, you could definitely have it, especially if you're having a hard time finding it. You got it, man. No problem.
In Tokyo, there in Shimokitazawa, there is a store, and on the bottom of the store, it's all models, like all historical, war models, whatever. And on the top, it's Greg pays
it's like $87.
It's fucking expensive.
On the top, it's all Star Wars and collector's toys. And like the whole store is basically Star Wars stuff. And we got really cool stuff there that you couldn't find, like the Jump Troopers and all these different series and stuff. And there was never an Ahsoka Tano.
Okay, yeah, I got you, dude.
And the lady, my kid and I, would go all the time. And in Japan, it's hard to like find the Western stuff that you need necessarily. And we went in there, we were telling her, hey, Ahsoka, she looks like this. She's got swords and stuff. And she's like, oh, I'll look for it. And we came in there once and she said, we sold your Ahsoka.
Oh, hell.
And I said, what are you talking about? And she goes, she opened it. She was going to put it aside. And some guy ran up and, oh my God.
Which one was it?
It was the little ones, like the Clone Wars ones. Remember when we had the Obi-Wan with the heads with the Clone Wars helmet? That's super rad. That series.
I'm trying to think.
She's like, Ahsoka Sari.
I'm trying to think if I have an extra one of that. All right, I got something else. I'll send you a couple things. All right, sounds good.
Thanks.
All right, hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up?
We're just talking about how expensive it is to ship and handle stuff to freaking Canada because that's a mess. And that they don't want me to give a $300 Pokemon card to my kid because they think I should grade it. And then they criticize me for not giving it to him because I made him actually give me a good reason to give it to him. So
criticize you because he has to have a point of view debate as to why he thinks he should have it.
It's
Why your kids should have it?
Yeah, so I pulled one of these. I don't know how much you know about it. I pulled one of these out of a pack the other day. It's this shiny. It's going for about $300, right?
Oh, really?
So when I pulled it in backstage, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm giving it to my kid because it's kind of cool." And everybody was like, "No, you need to grade it and send it away." So I kind of pulled it out today, said I was going to give it to my kids. Blah blah blah. These people all criticized me, said no, grade it, and I said, "No, he likes it." This is what he said. He said, "Hey, Dad, you can't use it anyways because you don't have the basic to get to that thing." And they're like, "You make him pitch you to get stuff?" I was like, "Well, he doesn't get stuff for free." Yeah. I mean, you don't just give him a $300 card. He has to come up with a good reason why he should get it, or he has to do some work or something like that. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of work. He's small. So but he's got to do something for it. And then they criticized me for that. So then they said I should just give it for free.
I gave my son a ASM 361 9.8.
Yeah. See? Why did you give it to him?
Christmas. And he collects comics.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, Christmas is a different story. This is what day is it today? It's a Saturday in about to go in, it's the middle of summer, or about to be summer. So like for that, you got to do a little extra either way. But hey, welcome. What's going on?
Not much.
Yeah. You got some new covers. It's good because Kyle's got all your covers that he's going to pull out to show us and share the screen just as he takes a break. Great.
Got some new covers. We got all sorts of stuff happening coming up too in the next few months.
Yeah. We're gonna go over some of them. Actually, Kyle has one as his back screen that looks pretty dope already. Oh
yeah, he had that Department of Truth number 10.
I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you guys were talking about Ahsoka. I just picked up Clone Wars 1 today.
Oh, did you? Which one?
The regular cover.
Regular cover, cool. Yeah, no, dude, that's a big book. What are you laughing at, Solo?
Travis is a
stupid throwaway joke.
Sorry.
Oh. All right, there you are, Kyle. All right, Kyle. So look, we got the Hive guys here. We're talking about good. Hey, I hope you got a good price on that, by the way, for the Clone Wars 1. It's getting tougher and tougher to get good prices.
Well, we bought a raw. It looks probably 9.6. It's got a little smudge on it. We'll clean it, press it, and it was $900. I thought that was good for me.
I know, and I've talked about it a bunch of times too. The prices of 9.6. It's interesting. Like for the longest time, it was like 9.8 or bust on anything, above bronze and stuff like that. And now it seems like there's a big market. The percentage difference between a 9.8 and a 9.6 is shrinking as the days go on. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it just really is. The 9.6 is doing pretty good. And I don't know if that's just because people are buying 9.6s, trying to crack them and resubmit, which I bet you some of it. But at the same point, and then they don't mind because they think in their head they're getting a 9.8. But I think part of it is that like the 9.8s are so expensively out of reach that when you look at it, and now instead of being like an 80% gap, you're getting down to a 60% price gap between the two of them for the grade seems to be a little bit more feasible for people to buy a 9.6 because at that point you're still buying like a near mint either way. So
yeah,
either way. But that's just my okay.
Well, Kyle, a lot of people are submitting those newer comics. A lot of the moderns and people are getting them and just fast tracking. Boom, send it. So I think they're trying to slow down some of that inventory as well, make it grading harder because they're seeing so many of them. So it's slowing it down.
Next time, just send a report in with why you think yours should be graded faster. And as long as you have a good stance,
oh Jesus, God,
it should be.
I'm not sending you shit ever, just so you know.
That's fine. All right, we've got the awesome Hive guys on. So, once again, you guys sent me covers to make a slide out of, and holy shit. You guys, once again, I always have to say this every time I'm on here. Which one would you like to start with?
Make the big screen, man.
You shut your mouth, Greg.
You should start with something that's killing the children, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's dope.
I love it. That's a great cover. When does this go on sale? Tonight? Today?
Next Saturday.
Oh, thank God. It's not sold out then.
2 p.m. Eastern time. We're actually going to be selling it in sets with that Department of Truth number 10.
That's a smart play.
Yeah, so I mean, you know what's really cool about this cover is all that Italian on this cover is the premise of the book.
That's cool. So you said you're selling this in sets with the 10? How much is that running? What's it running for those two? What's it running for the sets?
What are we thinking?
Ooh.
I don't think we know yet. I don't think we know
You
yet.
tell us. You tell us what.
So you guys draw these covers?
No.
No, they get awesome artists to do it for them.
Who did the work for this?
This one was Sheldon Weckert.
That's really cool. Her hips are really good. Like the anatomy is actually really, really, really good.
Yeah.
There's
Pretty
that
spot on.
hourglass
What
shit going on.
Yeah. If you get the proportions wrong on the Vitruvian Man homage, that's kind of that would be a big no-no.
I was just going to ask. I figured Marco would know the answer, or you guys would. I could not remember for the life of. I am having more brain farts tonight. I mean, if they stunk, this room would be uninhabitable. Say the name of this original piece again.
Vitruvian Man.
Vitruvian Man. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a great homage, man. I love it. This may be
really
one
cool.
of my probably the most favorite cover of Something's Killing the Kids that I've seen.
Thank you.
Thanks, appreciate that. There's some cool ones out there for sure. Really good ones.
So what was it like? So you got a proof of this and you were like, so did you have any inkling of what he was going to do?
No, not really. But I mean, we've had this cover done and approved by Boom since November of last year.
How hard is it to keep secrets like this? Like you've got to say, I want to tell everybody, and they're like, are they like, you can't do it yet? Or
Yeah.
The trick is both Jonathan and I have horrible memories. So after about a month, we just kind of forget it exists anyways until it gets close to when we can show it off. So that helps, you know?
oh yeah, we've got that cover. That's right.
Yeah.
You're right, Ed. I should. I got to take something. Ginkgo bola or whatever the hell that stuff is, or some coconut water, something.
Coconut water. If you want some more iron, you could drink some coconut water. I don't think that's going to do anything for the noggin, brother.
You guys have this cover?
Yeah, that one's on sale right now. That's a Maria Key cover, and it's for a book called Cherry Blackbird by Scout Comics. It's an awesome story. It's super filthy too.
Awesome. It's got boobies on the cover.
That's actually a very famous guitar.
Yes, it is.
Go on, Solo. Explain.
That is the guitar that George Lynch had made when Dawkins did the theme song for Dream Warriors, the Nightmare on Elm Street 3. And then he had that made for the video. He ends up dropping the guitar and it comes to life. There's a skeleton comes out of it, blah, blah, blah. Very famous from back when I was but the wee lass.
Would you say it makes it in top 50 most famous guitars, recognizable guitars of all time?
Yes.
Okay.
I would. I would say it was in the top 50 of people my age.
You mean old as fuck?
Hey, I was walking to school uphill both ways, 6 foot of snow, and a polar bear jumped out. All I had was a spiral notebook, and that's how I got that rug that's on my bed.
Oh wow, wow. Where's Marco at?
What
So
cover is this one?
This picture's for Cult of Dracula #3, also by Maria
Sold.
Key. That's that's just the regular version. There's one that's a lot brighter that we're putting on the metal covers.
I kind of like the muted colors on this though. I really do like
Yeah,
this
you
one too. Who was the artist on this?
Maria Key.
Okay.
She's fantastic. Her work's amazing. I don't think she's quite caught on with everybody yet, but I think she will eventually.
Yeah, we got some bigger, more mainstream projects for her coming up that we can't really talk about
torn
yet.
apart?
Surprised, but she'll be in everyone's mind here in a few months. So
watercolors are fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah,
she
it
does
looks like
amazing
she's being like torn apart from everywhere. Like it's
Yeah,
awesome.
I like covers too like this where you can kind of still see the process where the process comes through. We're going to talk about this for one of the Joker covers we're going to talk about later, but I really do like seeing the layers to this and kind of picking it apart as opposed to being like one continuous polished piece of being able to kind of see the process in there. It's really nice.
And I like the way that she used that red for almost an outline kind of background to really help, contrast the background from her and make her and the goat head and everything just kind of really pop off with that blood red kind of dripping and just I like that.
It reminds me of the 1990s, early 90s song B-side to Informer from Snow, Lady with the Red Dress On. I really want to be your man and let you into my world. All
Hey,
right.
I seen him in concert.
Yeah? Prison?
Yeah.
Was this in San Quentin?
Yeah,
Canadian prison?
No, there's a place here in Arizona. It's called Castles and Coasters. It's somewhere where there's like roller coasters and like video games and stuff.
Yeah.
And he actually played there live.
Oh, he's relegated to playing at Castles and Coasters now?
Yes, he was.
Secondhand amusement parks, they're big. They're big down here in the Phoenician.
Yes.
Yeah, I like this cover a lot.
I saw DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince play at the Red River Exhibition in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. It was like in the middle of this thing, like ring, and then
did your parents understand?
Just like rip shit up. They're like, what? It was like insane.
That's awesome.
The Fresh Prince came out. They did their whole fucking act, and we watched the whole thing. And then like that fall, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came on TV, and I was like, oh shit, I know that guy.
That guy's my fucking friend.
Rex.
Man, that's awesome.
I love this cover though. I can't wait. This cover right here.
Department of Truth is dope. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best. So that's go. Do we decide the price on this now? The comment.
No, we have to get back to it.
On you guys to tell us.
Yeah.
I think for this show it should be $5.99 for both, and then like we have to raise the price after we get ours to like 45. So like it's like $49.99. Something.
So there's one code for everybody that's listening right now, and then everybody else gets another code that's $49.99.
The special code is you wish up at $30 more.
No. So this is what I got the great plan. So this is what we do. You give it to us for $4.99, and then after we get it, you have to make the money up that you lost on us. So then you double it for 2 days, $75.99, $74.99 because nobody likes the $75. And then after you get the money back, then you bring it back down to $49.99. Is that does that work?
No.
Damn it.
I'll tell you what though, it'll be somewhere between $5 and $49.99.
Nice.
So $49.99 it is.
And shout out real quick, who did this cover and where can we get all this beautiful stuff?
This is John Gallagher. John Gallagher cover, and you can get them at Hive hijinx-comics.com next Saturday, the 8th at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And it's gonna I think there will be some of these by themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Are you going to sell it all as pack? Yeah. Do we know? We don't know yet.
We'll sell them as most of them as sets, but we like this one we did 700 on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other one's only 500. Something is killing the children. We only did 500. So
Okay. So at least 200.
That's still really low, like runs. That's not a lot.
well, no, all these other retailers are like Department of Truth and Sick. They're so hot right now that they're just upping their print runs to 1,000 and 1,500. And I think it gets rid of the collectability of it when you do that.
Yeah,
It's a conspiracy.
Wait a minute. So you're doing 500 and a 700 run, and it's going to be under $49.99.
He lied. He totally.
Shut
I
your
might
mouth,
lie, he
Marco.
We literally haven't figured it out yet, but
Jeez.
it won't be
You know
be
what,
too
there
bad. We're
should-
not going to price anybody out. And the reason we're what was
You have
that?
to do 40 I said you should do a $49.99 for people on this show. And I'm talking me. I don't care about anybody else. I was playing.
No, yeah, that's good, man. No, that's cool.
Yeah, well, that's really good. And go on. You were saying why you didn't
I
want
was
to
just
price
saying
it.
we've got a ton of covers coming out this month. We kind of, with comics you have to work a few months ahead, and so it gets to any given month, and we're like, okay, how do we schedule all these out? And we decided we wanted to pair these two together because the collector base is it's a lot of the same people. There's a lot of crossover between the two, but we knew if we sold them separate, people would go to buy one and then potentially miss out on the other because it sells out too fast.
Oh, dude,
So
that's
just to make it easier, we're like, you know what, we'll pair them up. But yeah, like Jonathan said, we'll have some of these available by themselves just because the print run was slightly larger. And then we'll have both available CGC options that can be bought separate from one another. So, and I think we're working on signature series for the Department of Truth. So
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
That should be available as well.
the other cover for Department of Truth. That's a take on that. Isn't that Portuguese? Like, isn't that how much of that Portuguese cover where the dude's eating the baby?
Fucking
Like it's like Silver Age. It's messed up. No, am I the only one that remembers that book? Okay.
No, I think you're right.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one we're bringing back. So we already sold. Well, we already sold out on our website for the Department of Truth #9 with the Baby Eater cover. But Image hit us up and said, "Hey, we're going to be doing Volume 1, and we're only allowing a few retailers who've done some of our Department of Truth covers to do the Department of Truth volume trade paperback." And so we're going to do 300 of Volume 1, so issues 1 through 5 with this cover again.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
So, and we're going to try to do something a little different with it too. We'll see if that works out.
Yeah.
But it should be pretty cool.
Cool.
Like a giveaway to Kyle.
Stop mooching, dude.
We're still thinking about that.
Don't spoil the surprise, Kyle.
Leave
This
leave
cover's
the-
so perfect for that book. It's
Yeah.
that character is such an interesting villain that they're building up on there. It's fantastic.
leave the whole book black and white except for everything that's on there that's food. Put color in that, and just leave the rest of it. That'd be great.
So the baby, right? Because the baby's food.
No, absolutely. Leave the baby black and white.
No, they should do the baby in color and then
Maybe like a little turkey. Little turkey color. And little baby.
Color.
oh, good lord. Dude, hey, I don't know if you guys caught it earlier, but Solo Wookie wants to come out with a comic, and then he's going to polybag a piece of his beard in there. So remember when you're taking
That's not
advice
what
from him.
happened at
That's
all.
his
Now
idea.
You're just storytelling.
That's his idea. Okay.
They asked me if there was a polybagged comic that I was involved in, what would I put in the polybag to send out? And I said I'd put a beard hair in there.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. You said the exact same
Who
thing.
doesn't want a Solo
Okay.
Wookie beard hair?
Okay. No, this is a cool cover though. I can't wait to see. I'm just trying to think about what the color. Like there's could be so much that you could add color to it to just be dope. What if the gravy's blood?
Well, the red in throughout this whole run is very symbolic, and everything that's red in there, from the woman in red to that. So anything red is great.
I think you'd have to do something red. So you do the red cherries, and maybe the
cherries,
would actually be red instead of, everybody thinks it's gravy, but it could be like he could be pouring blood on top of the baby. So the gravy would be blood, not gravy, and then just no. Is that not? Am I giving it away? What's going on? Sorry,
we're not taking notes. That's all I'm saying.
Baby gravy, make it red.
We won't be changing. We won't be changing the cover at all.
No, it's great. One of the things about the Department of Truth,
baby gravy on any cover.
One of the things that Department of Truth does so well is they do these very like 1980s punk rock style. They used to have the show ads. They'd be all black and white, and then people, when they put them up, they would put color in them by hand. And Department of Truth really kind of recreates that a lot, and I think this pays nice homage to that.
It does. This artwork is cover is awesome.
I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like it.
You should see the 3 coming after that one.
Yeah.
I feel like this is an homage. Isn't there another cover where the view is up and there's
boys?
Oh, that's what it is.
When are you coming out with the Hive-Comic credit card? So that my wife's looking at me and shaking her head. No, these guys have cool covers. It's just the way it is.
You're not the only one that's asked. We've been asked if we had the ability to incorporate a pay over time type software to the website. We don't, unfortunately, but we have actually had people ask. But yeah, so you're not the only one asking. If we ever figure it out, we'll let you know. Cool. We won't let your wife know, but we'll let you know.
Now that's a true friend right there, and a hell of a salesman. We'll label the box housewares.
Yeah, exactly.
Housewares for Kyle.
When does this one come out?
Which one? That one?
Yeah.
Next Saturday.
So, and then this one is next Saturday as well, the 8th.
That's out right now.
That's right now.
That came out today.
Oh my God. Hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go on.
It's Department of Truth and Something's Killing the Children. That's the 2-pack. That's just gonna be fun. That's not gonna be up there long. That's gonna be done quick.
Oh.
Yeah, it should go.
You got to tap into the library internet for that one. What is that? What's that?
They're all great covers.
What's that?
Right, this one?
No, I like that one. That one's good. What was that one? I missed it.
It's got boobies, of course. We're all dudes here.
Yeah, nice.
That one's on sale right now. That's for a book called Cherry Blackbird.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Solo, is that a famous guitar on there?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. Thank you for asking, Travis. This is actually a well-known guitar from around my time as a teenager. So a little bit younger than Marco. He was probably in his 20s at that time. And that is a guitar that George Lynch had made. A very famous, wonderful guitar. Brings back very fond memories.
All great covers, though.
No, they're really good covers.
Thanks, guys.
You just continuously you just hold on. I got to get back to that. Something's killing the children. That.
Yeah, I really like.
Love it. Mm-hmm. You guys have done a great job with your covers.
Yeah, the chat likes it too. I mean, it's not just us. Everybody loves their covers. You got some good shit.
So hey, if anybody is ever inclined to, love all of our covers, we do sell monthly boxes.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we have a box that's live right now. It'll include every book that we pre-sell in May. Mm-hmm. And it's this month's box a little bit more expensive because we have 10 books that are in there. But it's $185 and free shipping.
Yeah, like that.
Nice.
Even in Canada?
No, if you're in Canada, it's like double shipping.
Yeah, dude, it's terrible. You get stuff
Like I think like $25 or something.
That's not bad though. So it's a little bit more expensive. What does it normally run in a normal month? What's the box cost typically? Because you said
I
it's
think between 150, 165.
Yeah. That's cool, man. That's a great way to do it.
For Greg, it's 400.
That's
way better than having to sit online and try to snipe other people.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's
So I mean, I think we sold around 30 of them so far, something like that. And you know, all of those guys automatically get a Department of Truth number 10 of Something's Killing the Children, 16. Both those other books that you just saw, and a bunch of cool ones that we haven't been able to show anybody yet.
Yeah.
Pretty cool
can
though.
show them here right now if you want.
Not without getting in trouble.
not without getting rolled. We can't.
Nobody's
that's
watching. It's
awesome.
all right. You can show us.
And you
How many of
you
how
guys
many of
do it
those
at the beginning or end of every month that you have that box?
It's usually
Middle.
the last day or two of the month, and we run it. We usually only run it up until the first sale date of that month. But since the sale date for this month was the first of the month, we decided we're going to keep it going until like the 7th or 8th, or until we sell out of them. So,
Okay. How many do you normally have? Like 200, 150, 10?
we usually list about 50 to 100, and then they never sell out. We always end up cutting it off before they sell out because it hits that date. So,
What were you going to say, Marco?
Someone's Killing the Children, the skit cover that came out this week. Did you guys get a bunch of those, or what? Wasn't there something with you guys with that, if I recall?
yeah,
This one?
Yeah.
That
Which
one?
Yeah. Those are dope. Oh, hold on.
Oh, wow.
Do you guys what was your guys' deal with that? Are you guys selling those, or you give?
I honestly, I thought we'd just toss them in with people that bought the monthly boxes. So we'll probably just toss them in there.
And that's how it's done, boys and girls. You heard that. Okay, there you go. So if you're looking for those, because I know there's a lot of different ways people were dealing with those. My LCS was pretty cool. If you had bought the 1 and 2 or whatever, they were giving it to you for free. But I know some people were trying to sell them. So you got the monthly boxes. It's another reason to go buy those monthly boxes. Get a couple of those in there.
We do only have a limited quantity of those. So unfortunately, we're not going to get them into every box. But
right.
I think
Order early.
Yeah, we've got like 50 or 60 of them.
Oh.
So we'll get them in the first 50 or so boxes, and
cool.
Yeah,
Nice, dude. That's nice. Awesome.
Cool. Just a little bonus.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle, what do we got?
Thank you very much, guys, for coming on
please.
and showing us your new covers, man. You guys
Those
are
are
always
dope.
knocking it out of the park with those things. Tell our listeners again, real quick, where they can find you and where they can order all of your incredible boxes and covers.
Yeah, so you can order them at hive-comics.com. And we do most of our sales drops are on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Occasionally on a Wednesday, just at random. And
this Wednesday. That's right.
yeah, we got a book this Wednesday. And then check us out there.
Absolutely. Wow.
Which was this Wednesday again?
Wednesday is I didn't send it to Kyle, but it's the Black Friday #2 Alan Qua connecting cover.
Nice.
Those covers are nuts too. I love his like insane just the detail and how much he puts into a cover is just bonkers.
That's cool.
But
Way cool.
yeah, those will go on sale Wednesday.
Yeah, nice. This is gonna be cool. Perfect. We have got, what do we have coming up here, Kyle? We've got reviews and we've got Joker 5, don't we?
Mm-hmm. And as always, guys, you're welcome to hang
You're
out
muted,
as
Kyle.
long as you would like to hang out and
Cool.
jump in here and make rude jokes and
Kyle, you're still muted.
blow
Thank you.
farts and laugh about it and have a good time.
I'll hang out as long as you're opening toys later.
I already opened a box. You missed it earlier.
Ooh. Yeah, he did. He opened a box. It was actually pretty cool.
It was pretty dope.
It did take
We'll
a
hang out
while.
for a little bit.
All right, cool. He did get some hair. He got some hair in his box.
I'm gonna jump out, guys.
did.
Thank you so much.
All right, Greg.
See y'all
Yeah,
later.
Thanks for coming,
Hey,
Greg.
Greg.
Greg, make sure you get. I gotta send that.
Oh,
thing
well,
to him.
fuck
Somebody
it.
give me
He's
his address.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Somebody
His
tell me
address
the
is
address.
4 Canadian
Nah,
ways. Blah blah blah.
not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. All right. So what are we doing next? Are we doing Joker 5 and then we'll do reviews after that? Let's do Jokers. I think the
Let's
Joker
do
covers it.
Hit the theme song, Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did we do the
it.
drinking theme song yet or no?
Let's do it.
Yeah, but it's not.
I got a feeling this is going to be a big segment for the drinking game.
As you were saying, Solo, good stuff. All right, who wants to go first?
I think we go
Everybody-
Solo. Solo's a good one to
Solo.
start with.
All right, Solo, can you
Oh,
bring
we're
up
gonna
your
do Joker.
Yeah, do Joker.
right.
Can you bring up your Let's see if his
I
computer
can.
explodes.
I
Get the guinea pigs going here. Let's go.
Yeah, this is
Wheel turning.
so as always, I I cheated a little bit. So I have two honorable mentions. I do it just for Marco.
Hold on. We don't really care about his. We're just going to skip him.
Is he, hey, maybe if you didn't do the honorable mentions, you could have just like got him up and going already, though. I mean, I'm just trying to help you out here.
Dude, if I don't make him wait a little bit. All right. So what I got here. First honorable mention is I always wanted this to be a cover, but it's not, and it's just good and bad. I had to throw it in here because I think it's one that a lot of people forget about. Spawn and Batman. So you got the Joker and the Violator.
Wait,
Classic
time out.
artwork.
Did you just say this isn't a cover?
It was going to be, and they
kick us off.
decided
Way to
not
kick us
to
off
do
this
it.
segment.
I told you it was going to cheat a little bit.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I moved on to the next one. I had to give this an honorable mention just because the high school that I went to, if you attended that high school, the art room right next to the door of Mr. Jackson's art class, this was painted on the wall. One of the students did it. And so all of my years of high school, this is what you saw at the end of the art hallway. And it's just a great book. It's iconic. It's just a classic, which is why I made it an honorable mention instead of one of mine, because I felt like it was kind of a gimme as a top 5. This one, I do believe there was several of these. There was a Teen Titans and Suicide Squad and a Batman.
Yep, you're right.
But I always thought this was such a great idea where you had an actual mask that you could cut out and put it on, run around as a crazy kid. And what a just crazy cover. I mean, this is essence Joker craziness.
You give your kid Death in the Family, huh? Okay.
As long as there's a strong
Y'all
argument
were
about it.
questioning my parenting earlier, and he's the one giving his kids Death in the Family. Let him run around like the Joker. Just point that out real quickly, people.
My stepson's
Okay.
14 that lives with us, and my actual children are 17 and 18. So, yeah. Next one, classic old school Batman 66.
I like that one.
I love this cover. There's so much color, and the way it just everything ties in. Just this book is quintessential Batman Joker cover. I love the totem
This is
pole.
great. What I like about this one too is Robin's going to have to maybe catch that totem pole before Batman gets his hands on that too. So he's really get a chance to show off his strength on here.
Absolutely.
I mean, he does look
bet you
pretty
Robin
buff
would
in
like
there.
to
Look at
catch
the
that
leg.
totem pole, huh?
You could tell that Robin did not miss leg day, and he looked like he didn't miss turkey day either. So
And Batman's got like a Liefeld chest on there. I like this.
Yeah, I love it. Just a classic cover. I mean, who doesn't love that one? This one is one you don't see very often, and it's one of my favorites. It's that whole King Queen playing card. I love Gixelplex, and a lot of people don't refer to him or talk about him or bring him up. It's a villain I don't think we hear nearly enough about. I think they should always throw him in the Superman movies. I don't know why they haven't. Maybe it's too hard to use him as a villain in the movies. I don't know, but I always thought he was a great villain. And seeing him and Joker battling like this on the cover is just, I think it's iconic. I love it. And it's so clean.
I like how they included Harley in it too.
Yeah, on the staff looks great. I do love it. It's just a real clean cover. I've always really enjoyed it. Now, this one, I've always looked for this. I saw this like 2 years ago, and I think that it was done on a blank cover and was commissioned. And I love the homage of it because I never thought about it. And the way the Joker is holding the bomb up, like Luke Skywalker holds the lightsaber, Harley in the Princess Leia pose, Batman as Vader. It
looks like a commission piece.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a high school color pencil.
It is a
like,
commission
really cool,
piece.
Yeah.
I will always look for this book. If you guys have it, I am interested in it.
For one person,
I want this cover, this book. I want it. It is amazing. But most of all,
You could probably
after
just
this
commission
one,
the guy to do it for you there. His name's right at the bottom.
I'd do it. If anybody has any kind of information on this, I would love to find out.
It's by a guy named Bert Gixelplex.
Bert Ixelplex? I like him. He sounds amazing.
Jesus
But
Christ.
my all-time favorite Joker cover is the soon-to-come out 2021 Solo Wookie variant Joker #1 self-titled.
I gotta give the man a hand. Look at that photoshopping on there.
Wookie variant.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look like if the island of Misfit Toys had their own Santa Claus, that's what that would look like.
That's what it would be, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was something.
Travis.
That was something.
Travis, will you please set us back on the right path?
Okay. All right. So I picked.
Time out. How many of those books were actual books you could buy? Because like
one.
I have two, and one of mine is a controversial one, so I don't want to go next and follow that because one of them.
No, dude.
he's the one to go, all right. Okay,
There was like
okay.
he actually had one book that you could actually buy. The rest of
That's
them
not
were
true.
not real books. Well, I mean,
right.
the Dark and the Family, I guess, was too. So too. All right. Go
All
ahead.
right. Is that coming up there on you guys?
Yeah, here, I'll put it up for you.
Okay, so this Jacques cover here on the Year of the Villain, they had, I guess, like 3 different varieties of this variant. I think it was Phantom Planet variants. They had like a 3 set. I really love this. We were talking earlier about seeing the process, and I love that about Jacques is seeing the process, the layers, just the layering in his art, and.
Yeah.
If you ever like in Witches, they do like in the Trade of Witches, they really go through that process and they break down all his layers that he puts in there. And here you can really see all these layers come out into one piece. And I think it's really good. I don't know if I had to pick my favorite. I like the word bubble one, but this one with the I guess it's like doves coming out is pretty,
the bats?
pretty dope. Is it? Yeah, bats. Yeah. That makes sense. I was like doves. Yeah, bats makes more sense. But yeah, really great layering on that. The next one is a little bit, it might fall into Solo's kind of categories of a book you can't buy per se. This was that controversial cover for Batgirl, the Albuquerque cover that was pulled. Batgirl #4. And Kyle, you might know a little bit more about the history of this than I do. But Albuquerque did this cover for Batgirl #4, and they got a lot of backlash, so they pulled it. They said it was too misogynist. Obviously, it's like this homage to what Solo put up before, that Killing Joke cover, and Albuquerque stated it as thus, but they still pulled it on there. And I love this cover. Albuquerque, as Kyle is a big fan, I'm a big fan as well. And I think this would have been an epic cover if it was ever.
Why did
I
you
would have
pull
bought
this
10 of
cover
them.
again? I can't. Why? I
They
can't
pulled
remember.
it because what it was symbolizing was that, you know how it was assumed on the off panel of Killing Joke that the Joker actually raped Barbara.
Oh yeah.
This is actually what they were referring to as the fear in her eyes. This was actually that people were thinking that it was actually referring back to this, to that.
I mean,
It was a stretch. I take it was a stretch, but whatever. It was a cool.
No,
cover.
I mean, I'm not to get too graphic, but there is a context here because there's no bullet wounds or stab wounds on her, but he's still drawing her mouth in blood. That there's a really dark undertone to that with what if you piece together what Kyle said to that.
Yeah. I get it.
Okay, you're like, oh yeah, right. Stop, Travis. Stop. Yeah.
We'll cut it off there. All right. Oh, that's it. You got two. Good. Hey, that's good. I mean, you gave a regular one and a solo one, so that's good. And people actually liked yours better than the solo one. So
No, they didn't.
yes, it does.
They said it was just slightly under.
Here, I'll go next.
Oh, good Lord.
So I went a little more modern with all of my books. I have a theme. There's something I like about the Joker. I love when they make Joker covers and he's super big smiling and you see all the teeth and everything he looks super demented and super crazy. And so this is kind of the theme that I went with my top 5. So my number 5 is it's a 50 countdown. It was awesome. It's just a great cover. I know Solo.
I had it. I was glad that I asked, and you were like, "No, I got that one on there." I was like, "Okay, all right, I'll pick some other ones then," because I do. You're absolutely spot on. This book, I love this cover. One of my faves.
I just love when they like. I truly believe this. I believe that the Joker is just like it's a muse for people, and people can just like harness the Joker and write and draw him so well. I just think there's something about it that inspires people, and I think that's what happens with a lot of these Joker covers. And so
this is like the spindly metaphor, like cartoonish Joker is always a good one. Like all along Halloween, you know, the exaggerated things. I'm with you, Kyle. I like that style of Joker too. That exaggerated, cartoonish yet demonic quality.
Yeah, so my number 4, exactly. You guys are seeing a theme. It's the Batman 614. It's the one where he's upside down, where the Batman is actually choking him, but it's the same thing. It's got the teeth, and he's got that demented look, and there's just something about this that it's just an awesome cover. My number 3 is the New 52 Joker 1 Lenticular cover.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited when this came out, and it was such a cool book to get. I think it was a home run with these lenticular covers as it was. But same thing, yes, the same thing. It's the Joker with the laugh and the teeth, and I just love everything that they do when people draw the Joker like this. I think it's awesome. And number 2 is, this storyline is probably one of the coolest Batman storylines, I think.
Snyder cool stuff's good too, yeah.
And Batman 39, it's just a great cover. I just remember reading it and just being in awe of fucking Snyder and Capullo's art. It was blowing me away, this whole storyline.
Yeah, they actually did a really good job. I know I rag on Batman, but Snyder and Capullo really did a good job in their own. Oh, that's sweet. Yep.
Yeah.
This was a limit of 500, but it's a Year of the Villain, the Joker. Anything that's got a skull on it is cool, and the fact that it looks like he's playing him like a violin, it's just an awesome cover. It's not crazy priced. It's something that's easy to obtain right now. It's a really cool cover.
Ray Hamlet.
Yeah, exactly. So those are my top 5. Pretty cool cover. just anytime that they make the Joker, I don't know if it's super easy for them to make him look like crazy, like because he's the Joker. But I really, like I said before, I really believe that he's like a muse for artists and writers. It's so easy for them to draw and write him. So let me get rid of my screen here. But that was my top 5. Thank you everybody for participating because we don't care about Marco's. Just play it.
I'm actually kind of excited to see Marco's. I'm curious to see what Marco picks.
So the one thing I love about the old DC and the old like stuff is the yellows, right? There's like 2 different yellows. You have like this one, which is like kind of more the Superman yellow. Then you had a lot of yellow colors that were kind of a little Batman-ish. I also like how he had the gun was sticking up and had the gift. Like you don't see that type of, they shy away sometimes with the gun. They make it a little different too. And plus, look at Batman's got the O face going on there. So I thought that was kind of fun.
And his cape. I always loved his cape on this, how it's like getting sucked back into the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, all these early like 125, all of them under like 200. They have some good covers there. There's a bunch of different ones. This was the one I chose. This here is part of the Joker run. It was hard to pick which one. I like this one the best because secretly I'm a big Creeper fan. Not Creeper, but like the character, the Creeper fan, which is like the knockoff Joker type thing. I collect all his stuff, so I collect this cover too. There's a lot of these in this run that were pretty good, this original Joker run. Also, the Joker just looks hilarious. I really got this because it's Creeper, man. That's why I did. I mean, I know it's Joker, but I broke the rules too because everybody else always breaks the rules on this crap. So there you go.
I do not break the rules.
This is the other yellow that I was talking about. This is kind of more the Batman yellow. They use a lot of it. I thought it's funny because the artist is kind of making fun of the bat belt, which is like Batman's only other superpower is the bat belt besides being rich. So I thought that was kind of cool. I do like all
this on mine as well, Marco. I really love this cover a lot.
Yeah.
Good choice.
It's cool. And I think the difference in yellow is really dope too. Like you can see there is definitely a difference between the detective yellow and the Batman yellow that they started using in like the first like 89 all the way through those. Definitely 2 different colors, yellows, and really cool. It pops a little bit more, I think. But that's
this is someone leaning into their inks. Yeah.
Somebody already brought this up. I am not a huge fan of the guy that does this, but I do like his art. This is a Neil Adams cover. I think it's kind of a classic. You had to have it there. I thought it was a great cover.
That guy hates zombies.
The guy hates people in general.
We interviewed him and he was super cool and he was super fun to talk to. He must have been in a good mood that day or something, but he was so much fun. And he was talking about this Walking Dead Rick sketch that he had done. He talked about how people are stupid if they think they like zombies because they're so easy to get away from.
Yeah, well, don't shake his hand because he doesn't wash them after he goes to the bathroom. So
I wanted to put this cover up, and I thought for sure somebody was going to have it, so I leaned off of it because it is such a classic cover. I do love this cover.
People can buy it. People can buy it. So you said I can't put this as my choice.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
I like the unobtainable.
Also, he doesn't treat vets the best. Okay, next is...
Wait, go back. Did you see him piss and then not wash his hands and just walk out?
Yes, I was in the bathroom more than once when he was using the bathroom.
Maybe he didn't touch the... Did he elbow the...
I wasn't watching what he was doing. He was...
No. You said you were in the bathroom and you watched...
I was in the physical bathroom more than once, and he had walked in one time.
It's weird because you said you weren't a fan of creepers a few minutes ago.
I was washing my hands. Listen, I was there first. I was washing my hands. He left before me. That's all I'm going to say. You don't wash your hands. People notice.
Maybe he doesn't touch nothing, so he doesn't have to wash his hands.
Oh, he just pees his pants?
Well, maybe he just doesn't touch nothing.
Look, I don't know, man. Look, the guy. Okay, whatever. That's not the only reason. He was kind of a jerk to a couple of vets.
I'm surprised nobody dropped Tech 880.
I am too. I thought they were going to.
I had it on my list and I took it off so that Travis could use it.
I had a bunch of covers that I looked at, and I tried to pick some of my favorite, more obscure ones because I was afraid that I didn't want a bunch of repeats. because once you start looking at all.
Oh, this was my number one cover. I did this one too. There's a lot of images of this cover. It's like the double guns are blazing. It really is clean. It's got a lot of stuff. It reminds me of those, mid 50 plus covers. And that's it. Okay, Solo Wookie. Now, what were you saying that now that I've been able to finish my top 5? What were you mumbling about?
It was once I started looking at the Joker covers, because at first I was like, okay, Joker covers, and just kind of going through in my mind, and I'd get, a few. And then I started really, pulling it up and looking at all the Joker covers and how many I really, really liked, how many they're good ones there really, really are, how many famous, like iconic ones. I mean, from Detective Comics to Batman to Superman to just, there is a plethora of freaking awesome ones. It was really hard.
Okay, hey, listen, Patrick and JJ are here all the time. You do know you can submit. Jedi Johnson does too. He submits them.
None of you guys did.
None of you guys submitted. So if you don't like our picks, feel free to submit something else sometime.
I got a question for the Hive Boys on Joker covers. So, what's been popular is the the music album variant covers. So if you had to commission a music album variant cover for the Joker, what would you mash up?
Oh shit!
You should do the Nirvana cover.
That's your answer to every album variant cover. It's Kyle.
I think
Naked Baby.
I've got one. Abbey Road Beatles. Okay. But with different Jokers through time as the full.
That would be cool.
That's a good one.
That's a real good That's a good cover.
You throw some of that yellow
DC's
somewhere.
Hey, DC's having trouble selling books, so if you guys wanted to do a special variant, you could probably.
Hey, DC, hit us up.
Right.
Has anyone done like an Aladdin Sans Bowie? That seems like a obvious go-to on that the classic Aladdin Sans star cover on there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting Rainovision know that we actually don't have rules.
That's Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We try to install them because it goes. We just break them all the time. It's okay. It gets worse as we go on. Now we're not even putting up real covers anymore. There's like literally, he just gave a speech how many great covers there are that are actual real great covers, and then decided to go 2 real covers, 5 non-existent covers that don't even really.
Real covers.
There's so many great. You know what, Chat? You're 100% right. I was looking up Joker covers.
And back exclusive, 1 in 100, and they decided not to do it.
Rewind the tape. So many great covers. They've made so many of the great books. Starts off. This isn't actually a real cover, never made, just fan fiction pretty much. But hey, put it up there. And by the way, that time that they did Star Wars, my number 1 overall, also not a real cover. But hey, so many great Joker covers.
And let me end it with one I photoshopped.
Yeah, and then I photoshopped something. Yeah.
And that is a future 2021 exclusive. You saw it drop here.
So many great Joker covers.
First.
Did he not do that?
Wookiee variant.
So no rules.
First.
It just drives me crazy.
So unappreciative.
You're a little comic scam.
You know what, Patrick? I like this. The Guns N' Roses Appetite of Destruction. Take out the head thing, guns there, and you have guns.
Right, yeah.
You get the little pullback. All right. Yes, we did. Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, jeez. All right. So that's it.
Like I said, Pete, we have rules so that you can break them. That's what makes the show fun.
Pete, absolutely. This is what drives me crazy here.
There are rules, Donnie. This is a nom.
There has to be some. He would. Travis, if there was no rules? This would be Solo Wookie picking his nose and pulling at his beard all show while eating popcorn. Like you have to have some.
No.
Rules.
That's what he does on the Star Wars show.
No, he did. He ate popcorn on this show.
He did.
I don't want to ruin the illusion, but I want to ask him how long he spent on his Photoshop cover.
Dude,
it took a minute.
You know what though? Hey, I'll give Solo the props on this. He tried to use like the rolling PowerPoint thing, but he messed it up. They were supposed to say like second runner up. It says the second runner up and then blew up, but it was still kind of a cool effect. So good job, Solo. Good job on that. But next time, pick real covers instead of fake ones. Spend the time doing that. And maybe you'll.
That was 4 real covers.
I don't even remember how many covers you had. It's supposed to be 5 total covers. I know there was about 5 fake covers on there. So
I wanted to entertain a little bit.
Show me.
If you guys have any cool ideas for top fives for us, feel free to message us and let us know what you'd like to see.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Wow. Yeah, that's too many rules. All right, let's review some comics. What do we got? Yeah. What do we? You want to start off with? I don't even know if I want to get back into DC after this mess. I mean, we ruined DC just as bad as they ruined themselves. All right. So, Kyle, do you want to get into Robin?
Yeah, we can start with Robin. Let me get it going here.
Gonzo's thinking top 5 Wookiee covers.
You know what I
They'll all
want to
be
do? Actually, you know what I want to do for the next one? I want to do top 5 Star Wars Insider covers. Like just the coolest cover for Star Wars Insiders.
Have you done the World War II covers yet?
No, we didn't.
Wow, that's a great idea, Hive-Comics.
Nice. Top 5 comics going out for this year for Book of the Year. Yeah, cover of the year. Do that.
Let me share.
Are we doing it?
Sorry, I'm bringing it up. Sorry, guys. So, Robin number 1. I thought this was great. It starts out with a little bit of talk about Robin, about he's missing. They can't find him. Everybody's kind of looking for him. They haven't seen him in a while, so that's why it's pretty cool. You get to see Tim and you get to see Dick. Babs. Everybody's kind of looking for him. Nobody knows where he's at.
Yeah, it's like the number 1, so you got to do the exposition up front a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So what's happening is he's trying to figure some shit out, and he doesn't care about anybody. So he's in a tough man competition, and he's trying to get. What are you guys talking about, Hive-Comics? We're all curious
about
it. Yeah, exactly.
They're here making business deals while we're live on the air.
That's contract negotiations with Solo to commission his talents.
Look at they've been sitting here patiently, and they hit the number 1 joke of the night right there. Well done.
I know, right? So, but what he's doing is he's trying to get information. So, King Snake, he has to fight King Snake because he's trying to find information on the League of Lazarus. And I like this that they made he made King Snake look like it was nothing. It was just too easy for him. He was walking the park. He got to knock him out, knock some teeth out. It was pretty great. And after that, he's trying to figure out what his next step is, and he's actually sitting here having a conversation with Alfred. And he's going back and forth, and he's kind of, Alfred's kind of giving him advice, even though he's not really giving advice, he's giving himself advice. And this mystery dude walks up, gives him a coin to take a 3-hour tour to.
Yeah, this is where we get real Mortal Kombat. Where we get real Mortal Kombat-y with the coin and the ship ride.
So once the 3-hour tour is done, they get to the Lazarus Island, and Damien, he's a little cocky, he's not very patient. He's ready to fucking fight. So he's like, all right, we usually, kick it. I'm Robin, I'm Damien, I'm fucking a badass. I'm going to fuck people up. Deathstroke's daughter's like, maybe you should chill the fuck out. And he's like, nah, that's not my style. And he decides to fight someone called Flatline as the first fight. And they go after it. They fight a little bit. He proves, for some reason, she's just a badass. And what happens is she pulls out his fucking heart at the end. First fight, he doesn't get very fucking far. So I don't understand how this is doing. Fatality. But it was actually a really cool read. It's a lot of fun to read. And she fucking pulled his heart out. Yeah, so far that she pulled it out of his back and then pulled it out through his front. It's a pretty badass. So Flatline doesn't fuck around. And that's Robin number 1. What'd you guys think?
I didn't see the heart being pulled out, and I thought it was good how they did it. And
it's in her hand. How'd you miss that?
No, I said I didn't see it coming. Like before this last page, like when when you were reading the book. Yeah, because they were going back and forth, and then all of a sudden it was like, whoop.
No, I didn't see it coming either. I thought it was going to be more of like a battle of attritions.
Yeah.
And they were gonna, you know what I mean? Like it was gonna, like the battle was gonna go on a book or two, but Joshua Williamson's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tear his fucking heart out right now.
That's why her name is Flatline, is because she tears hearts out of people's bodies.
Badoop pa, right?
Oh fuck.
Hey,
No, I don't like it much.
who's on interiors for this book?
Go back to the cover. We can figure it out.
Because they're phenomenal.
It's Gleb.
Gleb.
GLEBMELNIKOV.
Yeah, I will say that he is right. The inside of the book was good, and by the way, yeah.
Thank you.
That, Chris?
No, he did. He drew this very good. I liked how I thought he kind of, in this panel right here, he kind of drew Damien a little too scrawny. He's got kind of chicken legs here, but actually, I mean, the art is actually pretty cool in here.
Well, the book uses some kind of tropes that are very of the age of Damien. Like, there's a point in this book where they break into just straight manga style. And so you have that because that's, Damien's of that age. He's of this generation. So he's sitting and he's reading manga. And then the whole premise of this tournament is very video game reminiscent. We're going to this tournament. You're going to be selected and fight this thing. So they're pulling in a lot of I guess, topical teenage, preteen stuff to kind of pad their story with. So it helps kind of put this character into his age context. Because so much for Damien, it's very easy to see him as this adult stuck in this young kid's body. And I think with the story framing arc is very video game. So that connects with that level of age group. And then also bringing in those things like manga and stuff like that in there really helps to ground Damien in his age, which is so easy to forget sometimes with this character.
Did I have age on the drinking game? Because I fucking should have.
Well, we're all smarter now because of Travis. Man, I broke down a stripper earlier in a comic book, and Travis comes with that great analogy of youth. And man, I didn't even think about it like that. That was really good. All right, cool. It was a cool book. Do we want to move on to which one do you guys want next? Do you want Two Moons? Did anybody not like this book? I thought it was good.
To read it.
I thought it was a really great read. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, I thought
it would have been cooler if there was a Hive exclusives for it, but we can't win them all.
No, for Two Moons, yeah. No, yeah. So here we go.
There almost was.
What's that?
There almost was.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
This has turned out to be a pretty cool book, though.
It is. It really is.
Not a huge fan.
So, okay, well, hey, just like art, it's all subjective.
It's definitely. I think it's definitely a lot better than, say, some of the DC stuff we're getting. I mean, it's readable. I like it as far as that, but it's just not. It's not something that I continually pick up and read.
I actually think it's
just for me.
Yeah, I thought after the first one, it's kind of got a little bit better. So for where he left off, the girl that he likes, whatever, had him at gunpoint, was going to turn him in. He pretty much talks her out of it and then comes back with all the horses. And then you get the crazy guy in the red beard, who I think at this point might still be one of those demon characters. But we'll see in this book. Anyways, he gets there. We cut out a portion because it gets a little rough and some of the language there is I don't know, a little off color, maybe.
Not so kind.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so they go. This guy goes, "Hey, thanks for the horses. Here's your magical mushroom back." So we're going back to magical mushrooms, which is a theme in a couple of the books today that we're going to be going over is magical mushrooms. So I hope that's a drinking word.
Good reset.
Yeah, yeah. So they talk a little bit, say thanks a lot. So he's kind of on the Confederate side at this point, or like the Confederate deserter side.
I really want to know what the Hive guys are talking about. It's driving me crazy. It's got to be awesome.
Yeah, dude, they're coming up with a great idea.
This
guy right here. So the guy's still mad about it. He says, "I don't care what you do." The main character stands by a river and sees a bunch of dead people floating in it. So he's like, "Hey, could I have my magical mushroom and just hang out here by myself?"
I mean, that's what I think of when I see a river of dead people. Is it's time to start tripping,
right?
I mean, that's what I think.
he doesn't ask for the mushroom. The guy just gives it to him. He just says, "Hey, can I hang out here by the river?" And then the dude's like, "All right, if you're gonna hang out here,
Yeah, I was kind of being sarcastic.
Might want to eat some ho-hos while you're down here and watch dead floaters."
Right. Yes, exactly. That's the point I was trying to make there. So very good. So then we get him gnawing away. Maybe I'm not losing my mind. Let's eat the mushroom. There we go. And it was actually kind of cool. And then they give this page, which
I love it, where the mushrooms kick in.
Yeah, when
that's what happens to me every time mushrooms kick in.
It was a really cool page.
Start coming out of me.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was kind of a cool page to have.
Then, now, this is 2 panels back, and you were correct. It does say, Marco, you're correct. It says, maybe I'm not losing my mind, so he eats the mushroom.
Yeah.
Did you guys find that ironic at all a little bit?
I did. I found it funny.
Okay. All right. I just a little insight from my past when I read that, I was like, this is a little okay. All right.
I still love the Hive guys are having this crazy meeting live on YouTube right now.
We're gonna see something get made. So, anyways, they in the back, then you see the fatty come out on the horse, who's half dead, and it kind of breaks down the explanation to him and says, "Hey, listen, these demon type characters are actually all around you. Especially they come out around war. They hide themselves in human vessels, kind of like those people that believe in lizard people or whatever." And then says, like, listen, you're gonna run into them. You gotta watch out. You can't kill them normally. You got to kill them with like iron and special stuff. And then he dissipates, and the trip is kind of over, but not really. This old man comes up and is like, "Hey, here's some food," which is really weird because he said, "Leave me alone." And this dude just like limps over there, Colonel Sanders. And of course, he
ends up being the bad dude.
He ends up being one of these beast characters that's like occupying the human skin.
But is it, or is he just tripping really hard?
No, I think he's actually seen what's inside of him. What he really is.
That's what it is. He gets to see what's inside of him. Yeah,
because he knows that he sees him, and that's why he's calling him. I think he calls him like Medicine Boy or Medicine Man or whatever.
Yeah. So what happens? The trip actually does when you go back to this panel here. This is the mushroom trip is over when this guy starts to dissipate.
So you guys think that the mushroom's actually showing like the true self of the character?
It's giving him the vision of seeing what that person really is. He's really not.
You think the mushrooms do? Person. No, because in the explanation, this guy, when he was doing the explanation, he was saying that he has the power to see it. You just have to focus more. So this is like the end of the mushroom, like dissipate. Well, I could be wrong, whatever. But that's how it read. So then that's why he saw him originally as a human, and then he went in there because he's getting his powers, his 2 moon powers. Then the devil person taunts him because he doesn't have silver, so he starts beating him with a big stick. I'm surprised Kyle didn't have any jokes about getting beat with a big stick. Yeah, and he gets the laughing down here while he's like, "Hey, just wait till all these people show up. All these Confederates show up. They'll see what you look like," not realizing that only he can see what he looks like. And then here, this guy. I thought this guy was going to be the demon character, and obviously he's not. He's just a jackass.
He is.
Hits him over the back of the head with a little bit of fire. But, every jackass gets their own. So all of a sudden he comes up with that guy's gun and starts just blazing, shooting him. And then he just starts plowing all the other guys too. There's a lot of cool shots to the eyes.
This is good. This is I think this is when the Matrix music starts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's when he's walking through the metal detectors.
But I liked it too because it reminds me a lot of the pre-code horror, the crime things where in almost every time in those crime ones, one of the bad guys is getting shot through the eye. And
are they discussing the price of what the book's going to be? Is this what's going on?
Somebody's head was getting bashed in. You really are intrigued, aren't you?
I am. I really want to know what you guys are talking about. They're going to remove themselves now.
What we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They're just bullshitting about their day.
No, we've got some CGC stuff we're dealing with. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, we don't want to get into that.
Yeah,
no, we understand. We understand.
So then the Union side ends up capturing him right as he was going to try to beat the head in of the silver, because I guess there was silver on the end of the handle of the gun. And he doesn't get there because the Union stops him, and now they're recapturing him again. And they have his girlfriend in the back room around there.
Ish, I like the way you think. Okay.
And that was that. And that was that.
It's Two Moons is good. It's really worth reading. It's a little bit. I think the first issue was a little bit slow, not because we slow rolled it, but it was a little slow. But now that once it's going, there's a lot of crazy shit going on. I really like that. I don't know. I just like that there's fucking mushroom trips in it. I think it's fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought it was. I just thought the explanation, like it took till book 3 to really explain the vision thing, and obviously we still don't have enough clarity to figure out if he is developing this power with or without the mushrooms by himself.
Everybody knows you get powers when you take mushrooms.
Yeah, but I think it's like everybody's not. I agree with that, but I think the power that he's getting is the vision of dead people rising up, not the demon beast taking over the human. I think like it's like a scroll thing, like with the beast thing taking over, where like the dead, fat, bloated people and like weirdos with holes in their head. That's different because you remember in the first book, what didn't make sense was how that guy turned into a beast and started running at him, and then he shot him. And he wasn't tripping on mushrooms when he saw him as the beast. That's the only reason why I don't think it's the mushroom that's giving him that power. But who knows? Maybe it's a different. I don't know. Yeah. All right. After that, we got this one. This is a good one. Anybody have any special covers for this? Yeah. No,
just a bunch of. You get to see fallopian tubes in this one or something, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't think I put the fallopian tubes in there. So it goes back where they're still doing the interview where he's rehashing, but he gets to tell his story. And there's some like sex with gods going on here.
No book is complete without it.
Yeah. So
they are like picking mushrooms.
They were the theme of mushrooms goes on. She picks mushrooms. She starts to eat some mushrooms after she smashes them together. She goes into a cave. And the next thing you know, in the bottom right-hand corner, you get a little
getting it all.
And I guess there is fallopian tubes. I didn't cut that out. Very good. All right, good job. Very good. And there's something going into the fallopian tubes.
You know what's going in there.
And the next thing you know, she's pregnant like that night.
Quick. Wow.
Yeah, quick. It took a whole 2 moons. But then 60. Yeah, whatever.
Good job.
What's that?
It's a good job.
Yeah. And then after that, he's like grown already in like 60 days and he's putting his hand into the fire and the whole tribe then thinks maybe he is something special. Now his original tribe was getting like ran over. Oh yeah, this is crazy. So he starts eating a wolf at one point because he figures like that's what he's going to do to build his hunger. Then he busts this kid's head and like tears off his arm and nobody has a problem with that.
What is he, a fucking vampire or what?
It's crazy. It's cool stuff though. Read well.
Oh.
So they end up starting having him attack bears, and he attacks the bears. So thanks for that fun fact. So they have him attack bears with like no weapons, and he eats the bear's heart, gets injured, and they find out that he's got the Wolverine healing ability. That's what this page is about. Okay. Well, anyways. So his tribe all the other tribes in the areas always come in and they pretty much just rape, pillage, and steal from his camp. And they do it year after year. His teacher dies. He wants to fight him back, but eventually he hasn't. Eventually his parents have a little powwow after he rips a cheetah in half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
That just made the book.
Yeah.
Anytime you can rip a fucking cheetah in half.
He's pretty much talking about how he's not scared of all the other tribes coming in, and then he rips a cheetah in half. Yeah, and then he rips a cheetah in half, which is dope. After that, they go a little bit back, and she kind of asks him. The doctor's like, "Well, you know, the U.S. government really appreciates you. Like, you're such a great patriot and everything else." He's like, "Yeah, whatever. I've done this forever, man, and I don't really care. It's just kind of like my skill. I have a certain particular skill and I can do it." He does a flashback. He says the only time I really felt alive.
Isn't that from a different movie?
It is. Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
When these tribes came in and that my parents finally let me go to war, they pretty much made fun of him. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a little kid." And then he goes John Wick on him. Well, he goes, "Whatever. I mean, medieval John Wick. I like how he throws a spear through the horse, through the dude.
That's
That's
awesome.
pretty cool. And then he half
Right through
splits
his
this.
mouth.
Always good. He kicks this dude's spine out of his back. Who? I
Yeah.
mean, seriously, the people.
A lot
that
of
are
good
doing
spine work on this book. In the first
Yeah.
issue, there's some good spine work as well.
Yeah. As he's got like 1,000 arrows in his back, man. I mean, it's just great. I mean, whoever Creepball is writing this is doing a great job.
I mean,
Just come up with this stuff is just it's messed up.
Isn't Keanu part writing in on this? Keanu Reeves?
He does. You think Keanu Reeves is kicking people's spine on the back? Maybe. I don't know.
Yes, I do.
You think it's his idea? Like, we need to like kick the spine.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah.
You want me to say
Oh,
I'm an FBI agent?
He says, he like punches through one guy's head, and then his hand gets stuck, and he rips the head off of another guy, which is kind of cool. A bunch of head ripping. Perfect for this book. Exactly what you're expecting out of it.
Whoa.
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 Another spine through this. Another stab spine, and then is that a foot? What does he do with the eye? He takes the guy's foot, right? And or is it his hand? He takes something and shoves it in the guy's eye. That's great. More eye shoot in. And
jaw or something.
Yeah, it looked like a horse jaw, bottom of a horse jaw. or
wow,
something.
nice. And then he pretty much tells the lady for the government, like, yeah, dude, that was the last time I was happy when I had a parent and was shoving moose or shoving horse
Shoving
jaws
moose and
through his
where?
Yeah.
So
Either way-
we're at the second issue of this book, and one of the things I like about it, it's ultra violence on there. But the second book, I think we have this immortal character, right, who can't die, who's just able to just kind of run roughshod over any kind of enemy. But what we do here, it does set up a nice conversation between like the Neanderthal and all of us. Like no matter how civilized we get, we are attached to that Neanderthal DNA that's in there. And what would happen? I love how they take him all the way back. It wasn't like he got his powers in the 16th century. It was all the way back. So all that primal Neanderthal instinctualness is there, and then it's hyperbolized by the fact that it's a gift from the gods. But what I really like is the juxtaposition of how the government's using that. It is an interesting commentary. Could be an interesting commentary on how civilized societies use soldiers, and they have them draw from like their basic instincts in order to be these instruments for their society. So I like how we're pulling this character who's been doing this since the beginning of time, and now we're using it in there. It's just like this really interesting way of looking at it. It could be a commentary on that. I mean, they could take it in different directions, but there's still a lot they can do on that. So it has echoes of a lot of other immortal badass kicking protagonists, but I think they're kind of going in a very defined direction that could be cool.
My only thought was like, how come he got so old so quick, and then like 2 weeks he's born, and the bitch is still around in like 2020 when he was a caveman? Shouldn't he be dead by now? That's all I was thinking. Like he should have aged out, right?
Healthy living.
You didn't see the last movie of Twilight? No, the vampires stopped growing at like 20 something.
So this is what we're doing now. We're gonna name other stuff that Marco didn't watch, huh? Okay, yep. Because Twilight, that seems like something I'd be watching.
You know that shiny Pokemon card that you just bought? Yeah. Well, it's like, in the Twilight they have shiny vampires.
I heard about shiny vampires, but like what? Yeah, okay. Am I missing out here? Is this something good?
No,
I thought it was tween girls.
You should go watch it, Marco.
You should totally watch it. Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'll be okay passing on that one.
Watch all of them.
Wasn't it just like it was about a girl who dates vampires, right? That's what it was, but like
and not many. She didn't like go around the block with vampires,
and she teases
a wolf dude.
She teases a werewolf. Yep.
Yeah.
But
the coolest thing about the whole series of movies
is nothing cool about
on their staircase. They have this giant frame, and in it is like all the different graduation hats. You know, the cap from the cap and gown when you graduate, and it's all different colors. And it's probably one of the coolest pieces of artwork I've ever seen. It's fucking amazing, and it's the best part of all the freaking movie. That's how bad it is.
All right, I'm removing.
Well, I mean, I watched True Blood, so like I watched some of True Blood, at least a couple. I think I watched.
I only watched it to see Naked Rogue.
Yeah, that's it. So like, is it on the same level as True Blood? Because if not, I've already covered that.
No, True Blood's way better. And
No, all right, so I'm good. I'm good.
Was it?
Good.
Was it? Was it? No.
It wasn't good. No, but there's some nice.
True Blood was
nice
not
titties.
good.
There's some
What
nice
made
titties.
True Blood good was nakedness.
Yeah.
What I said was True Blood
You
was
fast
way
forward.
better, and it still sucked.
Sucked blood.
Okay, well, there we go. True.
And have a good night.
No. We got. Hey, we're not. We've skipped out on this book for 2 weeks in a row. We got enough thumbs up. We had got enough thumbs up. They finally read it. We are not going away without this book. I love this book, man. I actually read it. I read it last week twice again because I thought we were going to get a chance to go after it. And yeah, the covers. Hold on. We'll pull that down. Go back to that again, Kyle. Ooh, let's go, Kyle. The covers that they're doing with this, like they got the one where you can stare in it. They got the glow in the dark.
So dope.
I just keep buying all of them too, man. That's the glow in the dark, right? And the one that I have is the one where you stare in it. And then if you look at the lights or whatever, you can, dang, I don't know how to get back to that one. Oh, there we go.
You got to eat mushrooms first, and then
then if you stare at this,
and then
look away.
Yeah.
Dude, I love all the gimmicks. I'm buying all the gimmicks here. It's great stuff. That's what I was doing, staring at covers, 90s covers with mushrooms. But all right, so it starts off with these two people in suits and hazmat suits, and they're like, "Man, there's still high radiation. We're looking around. Tell me a story or whatever." And they're like, "What about the guy that glows?" And they all these nicknames. And he goes, "Come on, just tell me the story." He goes, "All right, I'll tell you the story." And then he says like the guy's name, and he says like, but it was all about his family. And then they get into it. They do the flashback, which is probably like 20 years before this. The old man's just crazy. He's like, "Come on, Tracy, let's go. They're about to drive nuke on it." There's this dog. Once again, we've had this conversation about pets. Like, do you know if the dog is outside yapping at the nuke, Solo Wookiee's the only one trying to go get him. I'm closing the door at that point. I'm not going back. And the reason why you don't go back is because you might run into like a Ken and Karen, like happened here. And Ken and Karen decide to shoot him in the leg. And they're like, yeah, they blame him for everything. They say his people created the nuclear bomb. So they're throwing a little racism in there on top of everything else. And then tell him to open the door. I'll give it to Geiger here. He just is like, "Hey, listen," tells his wife, "Tracy, you shut that door. You stay in there. And too bad. So sad. They're not reopening it. I'm saving my family. Good for you, brother."
Right.
Real stand-up.
Not a strong debate, but you could shut the door.
Yeah. You can. So then she gets angry, and now she kills the dog. So she's going to have to die, obviously.
So it just dawned on me.
The sun
You'll
came
give
up.
your children $300 Pokemon cards, but you won't save their dog knowing they're going to be locked into a cellar for like the next 20 years.
I think having a dad is more important than having a dog, but that's just me. All right. So anyways, Dog
Dad, coming soon from Disney.
Yeah. So they didn't get the dog or the dad because here, once again, Karen decides to shoot the dog, but give it to Geiger. He's over there screaming like, "Hey, I don't care. You shoot the dog, you shoot me. Good luck, or we're all going to blow up." And just as they're like, "Yeah, old man, we got you," or whatever, then this happens, which is kind of dope. You get the little A-bomb. I thought the art was really good in this book too, throughout, just how they did this scene. I mean, I don't know.
I like that they didn't pussyfoot around. Like they dropped it. They were like, "Oh yeah, too late. Boom, it's coming." Like they didn't slow play it. They didn't drag it out. They were just like, "Nope, nuked."
I don't know.
Jeff Johns don't fuck around.
Yeah, it's a Jeff Johns book, but yes, I will say this. I don't know if you guys all remember, or how old you are, but I remember in grade school we used to we'd have the warning alarms, and you'd have to go under the desk. Like that was going to save you from a freaking nuclear bomb.
Right?
When were you born? Like 1961?
Yeah, hold on. How old are you, Marco?
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, they still had it. They were still paranoid. In the early 80s, they're still paranoid that maybe something was going to go off before
They didn't
the
know
wall
the
came
Cold
down.
War was over by then?
Well, technically, the wall going down probably would have been the end of the Cold War, maybe, but kind of. Actually, it was probably 2 years after that. But either way, no, they still were very paranoid in my area about this type of thing happening. Like we had in the schools that I went to, there was the nuns believed this was occurring, so we still had it.
Probably. I mean, there was a shot. I mean, it was kind of at the back end of it, but still there was a shot. So we had that type of thing. You know, you'd have your little siren. It wasn't like every day. I think you did it like twice a year. And it was probably only for first and second grade. And then after that, it was over.
Yeah, just like fire drills.
Yeah, it was like fire drills. Yep. Mm-hmm. I thought this was kind of cool because I thought the dirt was going to save him here. I do like how they were wiping away the people's faces, shovels in the air. But then they kind of wipe him away too. They do the flash forward to the 20 years later. There's this group of just like scavengers going around. The guy in the green's like, man, we're not supposed to be in Boulder City because the glowing man lives there. And if he finds us, it's his territory. These guys are like, hey, listen, we're not scared of no glowing man. And they show up to this wall made out of cars that are crumbled up somehow. I don't quite get how he was able to, well, we'll see in a little bit, but I don't quite get how they were able to box these out. Oh, what's Americans? Is that about the Cold War?
It's a TV. Yeah, it's a TV show about that.
No, it's about vampires and werewolves.
No, it is cool. But what if and so this I thought was kind of cool too, because when you think about like this type of stuff, I like this apocalyptic stuff. There's always or I hope that this is what this is, the Oregon people. There's always a group out there, like even in like Snake Plissken, you know, when they were doing Escape from New York, there's the people that would ride around in the vans and everything like that and try to like harvest or so I think ever since then I think in every apocalyptic area there should be organ people harvesting organs.
Well, the last page of the book was awesome for that reason. It showed what everybody was that they talk about.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Way to kill it, buddy. So at the top, so they're like, hey, we're not worried about anybody. We gotta get the king's taxes, and then all of a sudden you hear gentlemen, and that's him. By the way, it threw me off here because I was like, well, maybe this is the kid because it's 20 years later and maybe the kid went out at one point.
That's what I was almost thinking too for a second.
Mm-hmm.
But later you realize that it's not.
Wait, go back to that. If you look at the cars that he's standing on, it looks, if you look like on the bottom right corner, it looks almost like a skull with like a cloak hood over it and then like a shoulder coming down.
I see what you're putting down there.
I must have looked at that picture for 10 minutes trying to figure out if they
Robin
did that on purpose or not, because it's a really, really cool, like subtle, almost like image that
Maybe
I think they did on purpose.
So the edibles are working. Next, there was a lot of. I did also like how there was a lot of like superhero posing going on, especially around this point where you reveal them. You had the up top superhero pose. You're going to get the like jump in entrance pose in a little bit too. They have some back and forth going on about what they're going to do to him and what he's going to do to them. Pretty cool. And there you go. All right, another one jumping in superhero entrance pose. Real cool. For some reason, I always think about Deadpool when I see that. Then you get the kick to the teeth, awesome. And then he starts like his eyes kind of start glowing as he's going on. He pulls it out like they're like, you don't have any weapons. He starts pulling that out. Then his whole body starts glowing. Kind of, they give you the face shot, and then he becomes the glowing man that they're referring to. Also, really cool panel. Then we get the two-headed dog.
I know he talks to a two-headed dog. It's awesome,
and it like he understands what it's saying. Like. Pretty cool.
He had to get some kind of power from absorbing all that radiation.
Apparently, he can crush cars into boxes and talk to two-headed dogs
and glow. I mean,
I couldn't tell
all his bases.
I couldn't tell if he was really talking to the dogs or if he's just using that as a way, like Tom Hanks Wilson football type thing, or volleyball type thing.
I would thought the same thing in this first panel, but I think later on, because the dog, something goes on with the dog that I think he's
reacts to. Yeah,
he's also got a box of dynamite now, so that's a win-win. Scared the guys back. This is cool because like then he takes it off. I still thinking like, man, wouldn't Geiger be like way older? He's ripped. He's been counting off the days, and you're like, wow. I knew it said 20 years, but like this dude's just weird counting out.
It's days. Like Botox.
It must be.
Is he counting days or is he counting people that he's killed or had to take out?
Well, he didn't.
I thought he was counting days till he gets to see his family.
I think he's caught. Yeah. So later, so then the next panel goes in, and you see him. Why he's taking over that area is because that's where his family's still in that the bomb shelter, right? So he's like, they can't hear me, but I can kind of hear that they're saying "Dad" or whatever. And then it flashes.
Then Zangief from Street Fighter comes in.
Yeah. And he's got to kneel the whole time. And then there's this little, and then the guy from the little kid from Game of Thrones. What was his name? Prince
Tyrion.
Yeah. No, the other Lancaster. Yeah. I watched that one. That was a good show. Not as good as the books, but a good show. So he's throwing a temper tantrum. He's apparently a king. It turns out it's in Las Vegas, and he's like they don't call it the Excalibur, but it's supposed to be the Excalibur. He's for some reason in charge. His dad was king at one point. Now he's king. But this is the page on the right is what Kyle was kind of talking about. All these places in Vegas now have, whatever the theme is, they definitely have somebody running the theme. They got like a Nemo character running whatever Caesars they're calling Caesars over here. You got Treasure Island, you got a pirate guy over there. Obviously, we can figure out where the other places are too.
I thought that was cool that,
I did too.
Because I hope they really get into everybody and it becomes like a battle event, like a battle royale.
What I don't understand is like they started off with like they did a MGM property and MGM property and MGM 4 MGM properties, and then they did one Bailey's property. And then a Caesar property, obviously. I didn't get that. But okay. Anyways, that's it. Sounds good. It's a good book. I know, Kyle, you were hesitant to read this book. Then you finally picked it up and you called me to tell me that it was you were surprised, right? You thought
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't wait for issue 2.
Which is good because it'll be out in a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. We'll review that too.
So have you guys, Hive, figured out the scratch and sniff glow in the dark covers yet?
We're still working on them. We reached out to Keanu's people to see if we could get Odu Keanu.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't heard anything back. So they sent us a restraining order. I don't know if that means that we're getting close.
That means you have a Keanu Reeves autograph, right?
Yeah, they're just trying to give you Keanu Reeves autograph. You're good. You're good. Well, you better watch out because Geiger is definitely going with all the gimmicks on their cover and apparently on the first issue. So they're trying to outdo you there. Because that cover that I showed you, that is the stare in, right? That's the one you stare into and you see it when it goes away. Or is that? I can't remember which one they did that on. But they have that, a glow in the dark cover. They've got a throwback cover that goes back to like the Star Killer cover. There's so many covers with that book. So I don't doubt they'll have a scratch and sniff of whatever, some type of food soon, maybe beans, because that's what he's eating.
Yeah, maybe he was just counting cans of beans that he's eating on that back wall.
No, Jesus. I'm so fucking tired of beans.
I'm so tired of
He had a huge
76.
He had a huge stockpile. That was something else I thought. He had a huge stockpile of food, right, for one guy. Yeah. I don't know, man. I have so many questions after number 1 that I still want answered. So I guess that's going to keep me out of.
It's nice that they save the end, that world building part till the end. Like something like Undiscovered Country might put that map at the beginning and then it intrigues you and you're like, oh, this is a big world that I'm living in. It was really cool to see them hold off on that turn till the end, because that really is what gets you excited for that next issue.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy too, because it took a turn. Like you're like there and you're like, okay, he's got this like touching moment. The book should end here. And then they drop off. Lannister comes in there and he's like screaming, and that night guy, the guy from Street Fighter, is sitting there and he's like, hey, can I at least get up? So he's been holding for a long time while this painting gets done. You're like, what is it? It kind of didn't fit into place. But then they start, what was the one guy's name? Jungle Joe or something like that. And they actually have it crossed off where it used to be Jungle Bill, which is kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Well, and in the end of the book, if you read to the very, very end after that last page you showed, there was a little comic, a Jungle Joe comic.
Yes, there was.
There was.
He's a robot.
Yeah.
FYI.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. I thought it was kind of fun, kind of neat they did that.
I was. Yeah. Always talking to the dog. He's like, yeah, we've read all these books before too. Yeah, if Keanu says no, you can always retaliate by doing what? By doing it to the meme photo of him looking sad.
How awesome would that be to, like, if you guys did like Berserker 4, and that's what the cover you had drawn was him eating the sandwich looking sad? It'd be awesome.
That would be pretty awesome. We might have to give it a shot and see how it goes. But
I couldn't pay enough money for that cover. I really couldn't.
A nice rib sandwich for Berserker.
Yep. He's eating a McRib.
I hear that Keanu has a good sense of humor, and he's a very humble man, so you never know.
That'd be a cool one to get signed.
Scratching.
It smells like a McRib, and it smells like him because he doesn't use deodorant.
Yeah, there you go.
Be awesome. What book do we have next?
That was all the books, wasn't it?
That was all
We
the
did
books?
Geiger, Berserker, tons. Yeah, we did Robin. We did them all, man.
Yeah, we burned through them.
We burned through them quick.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight.
Hey, figure drawing, your comment in there, the scratch and spliff. That's coming for the solo Wookie Hive-Comics Joker variant. Is going to be the scratch and spliff variant.
That's right. If you scratch my beard, it'll give you a nice little stank.
I could always open up another box and see if I can get another one of those Charizards.
I do have a question for you, Marco.
Mhm.
Did you
Go well.
read Transformers and Ponies?
Yeah. Of course. Because
Did you read it to your kids?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, actually,
did they like it? Because I actually read it this week. I went back and I read the others, but I read it this week, and I actually really found it kind of enjoyable. I have to come out and honestly say I found it enjoyable.
yeah. You know what was cool about it is they had 2 female Transformers in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like we read half and half because there's 2. There was 2. There's like an A and B cover. Then they had 2 variant covers after that. But the A and B cover. So like for the girl, she chose the B cover because I think it had what's the purple pony again? Oh man, she's gonna kill me. I can't remember whatever that pony is. But the A cover had Optimus Prime on it, so he chose the Prime cover. She chose the Twilight Sparkle. That sounds about right. Twilight Sparkle cover. So that was kind of cool. And then when you actually went through it, we read half for one, half for the other one, and they had RC, which is the pink one, which she loves, and obviously they had Optimus in there, and Hot Rod I believe was in there, which is kind of cool. But the storyline moves good. The only thing I'll say about it was there was a point. Oh, the bad guy in it was they called him Murder Kill or Murder King or something like that, and was called Kill King too. Which I was like, it's a little bit rough for their age group. But besides that, it was really good. They also introduced to her, which has probably been around for a while, but I haven't watched Transformers in a bit. They also have a green female that is in there called, man, I'd have to read it again. Whatever. But now, this is the downside to Hasbro once again. If you have this book coming out, like, what's the point of having a pony and Transformer book, right? The whole basis of that
Toys, yeah.
is
If
toys.
you're not gonna promote your toy line and you're not gonna do maybe a cartoon to help boost it, then you're losing out on revenue tenfold. I 100% agree. I did think it was really cool the way they showed some of the old ones. The Insecticons, I'd forgotten all about those, and they were up in the beginning of it, and I was like, oh yeah, the Insecticons, geez, I had forgot about those guys. Of course, it's always nice when you can see Grimlock in there, and there was a couple of Grimlock.
They had Grimlock in the first one. Actually, on the third cover of the first one, they had him. Mm-hmm. They also had some of the Insecticide, but they also, like, all the Shockwaves creatures came, or the disc came out, which was really cool. They've done a great job of reintroducing all the regular figures, but adding in a couple new ones. And Scootaloo had like 2 ants things, so like they play on which the younger kids don't even catch on. I think the 2 ants are both her moms though somehow, so they actually kind of even make a joke about it, which is like brilliant because the kids don't pick up on. It's so weird when you think what big deals people make over crap, and you're like.
And I did, like you were saying, I loved the covers. That variant cover was fucking dope, man. It was really cool. I did enjoy that variant cover. It was sweet, but all the covers really looked good. I was just curious because I actually had gone back and read it and read this week's, and I did really enjoy it.
No, it went over really well. I give them magazine bag and boards because, like, just to get them to. Plus, they put the whole set in there, and my daughter asked for another magazine bag and board, and so I had to fork over a couple more of those. Which, whatever. I mean, at least they're trying to take care of their stuff.
What argument did she have that got you to do that?
She said, "Just like I protect my other ones, I want to protect this one so that the covers don't rip off of them."
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's solid. So that's cool. And Gonzo, I did hear there is a rumor. I don't know how. I mean, it's a rumor, whatever. So it's probably not true at all. But I did hear that they were thinking about doing a cartoon out of it. That would be really cool if they did the crossover cartoon. I think it would work really well. Especially, I think both fan bases would enjoy it. Whatever. Savage Avengers. I haven't been reading that. Has anybody been reading Savage Avengers?
I read the first two, and then I put it down, and I collected a bunch of the other ones, and I just haven't had time. I need to catch back up on.
That's the one with Conan on the Avengers.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have Istvan. Who's Istvan? Maybe we'll have him on. He can explain that because I'm not reading.
I've been trying to get Ish to come on. I've been trying to get him to come on. And
Ish, come on, you go over that because it's sad. I actually was talking to Steve Horn about this book yesterday, and I was like, I don't think I'd ever read Conan as an Avenger. And I know a lot of people enjoy it, but it's just not. I think that and Twilight are two things I'm going to pass on hard.
I feel like you should really dip at your toes. Just let it tickle there a little bit, you know.
Do not let that be a guilty pleasure.
You should
stay away.
You should just watch a little Twilight. It won't kill you.
We're talking Bella, Jacob, Edward.
So,
are you team Edward? Team Jacob?
Also a reason why not, because when my I'm not gonna say what my daughter's name is, but it is in no way Bella is not a form of her name at all. And when she's 6 months old, somebody referred to her as that, and I was like, that's the stupidest name I've heard before. And they said, well, no, it's because of Twilight. So I don't think I'll be watching that either. My apologies to anybody whose parents decide to name me Bella. What the kind of name is that?
Well, in the defense of the story, the books weren't too bad.
What's the whistling thing? Kyle, was that something in Twilight?
No.
No? No. Do you know somebody named Bella? Sorry, my bad. All right, anyways, let's go. Somebody do it. Oh, wait. Oh, Jesus. I'm just kidding, Gonzo. Come on.
No, right. Start backpedaling now, motherfucker.
Either way. What else we got? Anything?
No.
Make sure you check out the Hives, boy.
You dug yourself a big enough hole already.
I know. He just sent me a bunch of shit too, dude, which is awesome.
Bela Lugosi's pretty cool.
Oh, it's your kid's name, Kyle? Shit. Wait, is it? How did I know that?
No comment.
You named it after a Twilight character?
No, it was before.
You named your kid.
It's the Beauty and the Beast girl.
Beauty and the Beast. I do like the Beauty and the Beast one.
Song is all the time.
Well, to be fair,
that's what you named it after. You named your kid after a beauty. No, I don't take.
No, what the fuck are you talking about?
To be fair, a lot of people think it's really cool that I name my kids after Star Wars characters, and my son Luke.
Her name's not Bella. It's Bella. The beauty.
My daughter.
So.
You should have done that to me for saying that about Bella. Either way, what's her real name? Is it Bella? Is her real name?
Or Elizabeth?
Yeah, what's her real name? Yeah, is it Bella or Elizabeth?
It's Isabella.
Isabella.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's not. No, you didn't name your kid Bella. Okay. Anyways, fair enough. My dog was named
Streetcar named Desire. Bella.
Yeah. We're just
please everybody like and subscribe and hit that bell and come to the funnest hangout you've ever been at, where we make rules so we can break them.
I love how Marco was like, oh shit, I gotta dig out of this hole now.
No, I'm already dug out of it. I was more worried about Gonzo saying it, and he's like, yeah, no. I was like, oh, that sucks because he sent me something. You don't ever send me anything, Kyle, so I don't care.
So let everybody know when and where and how they can find your guys' books next week.
Hive.
Hive-comics.com. Normally you guys have like a fancy little thing that goes across the bottom of the screen, but I think Kyle's taking the night off. So, but you can go check us out there. And Department of Truth and Something is Killing the Children are on sale May 8th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, go snag them. They'll go quick.
They will go quick. Remember, that's was it 500 and 700 on that print run? So that's cool.
And if you get to this show, you get them for $5, right?
That was the deal.
That's what I heard.
Still not the deal. Still not the deal.
Still not the deal. That's what they were talking about. What the fuck are these dicks? They're trying to save $5.
$5. All right. With that being said,
if you like Department of Truth, you can go check out the Comic Exposure podcast. We did a episode a couple weeks on the first trade of that, and if you like movies and novels and stuff like that, you can check out Pop Bonsai. So just more of kind of what you guys do here.
We should link that below.
Some buddies. Yeah.
We'll link that below.
I took the night off.
Oh, I do have a show tomorrow. I'll probably offend somebody else on that one too. All right, we're out.